It's a foggy day in Merced as the hometown Blue Devils take on the Hartnell Panthers. I'm Levi Flores along with Justin Flores, and this is NorCal Sports TV. Welcome to Don Odishu Field at Stadium 76. The Merced College Blue Devils trying to fight their way to the final victory of the regular season.
Looking forward to a great game here. It's been a while since we've been able to broadcast a game here from home. Merced's had up and down season, but you're right. The weather is that perfect fall time. The warm time is over, and as football is, it starts hot and ends cold. It's a nice chilly day here in Merced.
If Merced wins this game against the Hartnell Panthers, they do have an opportunity to go to a bowl game, but it's still not official. Even if they do win, there's a lot on the back end that has to happen for them to go on to one more game, and that could either happen at home or away. So it's a really important game for Merced to try to fight for a victory.
You know, it always happens that way toward the end, right? Start to jockey for a position and all. Win or lose, you know, what happens next? They still have this game to play, and right now they got their eyes set on the Hartnell Panthers.
Hartnell is the third team in the conference behind Merced and Monterey Peninsula. Monterey Peninsula, a surprising season for them. Merced was supposed to come out, win every single game, and that's what they were trying to do. But they lost a few games that weren't necessarily a game for them to lose.
Yeah, well, you know, and that happens. You know, sometimes we see, are they well prepared? Are there any injuries? Has anybody, maybe somebody had an off game, you know, didn't quite do what they were supposed to do. Somebody didn't stay in their lane. It happens that way. You know, we see that in all levels of sports. You just have some teams, oh, they should not lose this one. Well, we got to be careful what we say because on paper it looks a lot different once you get out there and physically play the game.
Merced started their season with a loss to Contra Costa 35-19, then annihilated their first home game against Los Medanos 54-7, and then a win against De Anza, a loss to Feather River, which they were up by 20 points with 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Feather River was able to come back, win by 1 with a field goal. And then Yuba, they beat 42-10, a loss to Foothill, a win against San Jose, a devastating loss to Monterey Peninsula, which if they won that game, they would be at the top of the conference. And then now coming off a win against Gavilan at Gavilan, trying to finish up at home.
You know, as you look at the win-loss column and the teams that they played, other than Contra Costa, the losses that they faced, the three, the Feather River, Foothill, and Monterey Peninsula, were close games. And as you said, one of them it was a squeaker, if you want to call it a win. It was we squeaked by. Otherwise, Merced would have been on a 4-game winning streak at that point.
Monterey Peninsula, like we said, the number one team in the conference. Merced lost 40-35 in that game. But then we move over to Hartnell. They played Monterey Peninsula last week. They lost by 1 point. Even though Hartnell is 1-2 in conference while Merced is 2-1, this is still a game to be played, and both teams are going to fight their hardest to try to get that final win.
Yeah, you know, when you got a team like Hartnell who just barely squeaks by Monterey Peninsula, who, you know, just squeaked by Merced, so on paper they could be close matchup to matchup. But again, it's who's on their game today, who's got the muscles that have been warmed up, who's in the best position this late in the season, the final game of the regular season. How healthy are both teams?
Merced is first in yards per game in the conference, rushing attempts 33rd, but with rushing yards per game, they're third. So a lot of rushing yards, but not a lot of attempts. So you have to be aware of that as Justin Incampera, Isaiah Hidalgo, and all the other running backs take the field. You don't know when they're going to rush, but when they do, they're going to get big yardage.
Big yardage almost every time.
They're also first in first downs per game and first in punt return average per game as well. So a lot to do with Merced is special teams and that rushing game. And when we look at Hartnell, they have 9th in passing yards per game, but 35th in completion and attempts made. Also for them, they are 7th in fourth down percentage with 67%. So nearly 2/3 of the time, if they go for it on fourth down, they're going to get the conversion. And also, they are first in red zone touchdown percentage with 100%, although they've only been to the red zone 5 times and they've gotten all 5 for that. So a lot of touchdowns come from them outside that 20-yard line. As we get set for the kickoff, it's Merced kicking to the Panthers. A short kick to about the 23, and the Panthers will start the game at about the 32.
Merced quick on the tackle, not giving them much ground to run with a short kick to start the game. Pizza putting the foot to the ball. Didn't give a lot of depth on the kick. And we'll get to see this this young man out of Mexico, Hermosillo, Mexico. His name is Juan Pablo Garcia. He's 6'5", 254-pound freshman. And you see him out there, he's built like a tight end or something, a middle linebacker. He's a big guy.
Panthers already showing the passing offense. We'll see if they start the game with that. Play action, pass to the right side, over the head, in and out of the hands of the defender. That's number 6, Michael Dinkins, who could have started the game great for Merced on the defensive end.
Well, he still kind of did, but, man, he wants that one back. You know, I say it almost every game. There's always one play that a player's going to remember and probably dream about as he sleeps tonight. That's the play he's going to be thinking about. Garcia just put that thing right over the head of the receiver and right into the hands of the waiting corner. That would have been, you're absolutely right, Dinkins would have had that. What a start to the game that would have been.
Ivan Curiel was the intended receiver, and quite over the head. I'm not sure if there's a little moisture on the field with the fog. You're never quite sure what the weather conditions are like as they look to show a pass again. Play action, gets it that time to the 41, and 3rd and 2.
Good, nice little route pattern. Hitting his man right where he needed to. 3rd down and 1 gives him some good options here. And this could be one of those teams that just, that's their bread and butter because of Garcia's arm. It could be that Hartnell likes to throw.
Peyton Flores is lined up on Pablo Garcia's left side. 1 yard to go. Hand it off to him. Gets the yard and plenty more near midfield.
Well, not Ken, but he's got the same last name and a nice 6-yard run. So right now, Hartnell's showing that they got a good balanced offense. They can throw, they can run.
All-time record between these two teams, Merced leads 13-6. So Merced knows something about the Hartnell offense and defense that Hartnell doesn't know about them.
Well, this quarterback is a freshman, though, first time playing here, and we don't know exactly how long he's been in the States or playing football, but if he throws a baseball like he throws a football, they do like their baseball there in Mexico, too.
Short pass left side to Flores, hitting the backfield, but stays up for a gain of about 1.
Wow, when you're able to get a couple of yards from the line of scrimmage, catching the ball 3 yards deep behind the line of scrimmage, some good movement there. Twinkle toes almost, the way he caught that ball, moved around, and made a spin move.
3/4 of Hartnell's yards comes from the passing game. And even on short plays like that, they do pass to the running back as if he is a receiver. Merced jumps early. Free play for Hartnell. Deep pass left side to the 20. Red zone out of the hands, but they are going to get a few extra yards.
Boy, I like the arm on Garcia. That ball was just couldn't be it was just there. That just wasn't caught. That was just a ball that could have easily been caught, should have been caught. It wasn't caught, but what an arm.
Still remains 2nd down, but just 5 yards closer to the mark to gain.
They're just lining up trips right. Merced's kind of playing off one of those receivers on the right side.
Sticking with that same formation, I just assume that Hartnell is not going to shy away from that same positioning where they have 4 receivers out there and only 1 man in the backfield to help Pablo Garcia. Another quick pass, but he loses control in the air, able to regain possession, and just tosses it to the sideline. He was looking out to the flat to the right side, and as he went back to throw, the ball just kind of popped up in the air.
Yeah, it could be dealing with the elements. You know, it's a foggy day here in Merced. Ball could be a little wet. It's coming off natural grass, right? The grass doesn't have a lot of drainage. So that ball's coming off the center's hands wet. As you can see, Garcia actually wiping his hands really good to dry them off. He doesn't have any gloves on. Getting the play from the sidelines. At least they don't make him run to the sidelines to get the play.
I was just thinking about that as well. Oftentimes we see the quarterback run to the sideline, get the play, but calling it from the sideline, it could be easier for the defense to try to read plays as a flick pass up the middle, caught, and right at the line to gain. We'll see what they do, and they start moving the chains early.
Yeah, 1st down, nice little play. He looked to his right, didn't have the option there. I don't know if it was by design. Good fake, and then the shovel pass. All they needed was 4, and they got that and 1 more. Kind of like how Hartnell kind of throws a little bit here and there. Short passes. I noticed that running back, that flanks Garcia there. Most of the plays just kind of goes right through the line, more of a three-step turnaround. Almost like it's the last option.
Play action once again. A deep pass nearly intercepted for the second time in the game. Although, luckily for Hartnell, being able to drop to the ground.
So you got Garcia, who's over 6 foot tall, throwing to some shorter wide receivers, and he just needs to bring that down a little bit because that's twice now. Of course, the first time was in the hands of the cornerback, although this one was grossly overthrown as well to his receiver. Won't be long before Merced's able to pick that up. Now we know why that player's playing off so deep back there in the safety position.
Here they go again. It's 2nd and 10. Play action. This time it's the run game. Peyton Flores left side, 4 or 5 yards, and finally dished out of bounds.
Yeah, simple little draw play, and there's Flores again. Can get you 4 or 5 yards on a run. That's good field position.
Slowly marching up the field. They haven't gotten down to that 4th down conversion yet, although just slowly making their way to the Merced end zone.
You know, they're just spreading out that defense every time they bring 4 wide receivers out. But you'll notice on the trips right, that safety plays off.
Looking for a pass, finally throwing it over the middle, off the head of his receiver. That bounces to the end zone.
Nobody realized he was throwing it. He threw to his receiver who hadn't turned around. And, of course, there's that corner, not the corner, but I think it's is that Randy Lozano back there, number 8?
It looks like
he was covering the intended receiver, but he didn't realize that ball was coming his way either. I think it was a surprise for everybody.
Looked like it was a design play to pass out to the flat for Flores. Although last second he decided to shy away from that as the defender was close by.
And he was close to even getting past the line of scrimmage, too. Almost the illegal throw.
Short punt. And will be received by DeMondre Evans, but dropped it, and Hartnell recovers. We've seen that way too many times here at Don Odeshoe Field.
Oh, he called for a fair catch, and the ball just all of a sudden dropped low. And, again, that could be with a little bit of the humidity that's in the air and the fog. That thing all of a sudden just dropped like a lame duck sooner than he was expecting. And by the time he got to his knees, it bounced off his chest right into the waiting hands of the special team. So here's Hartnell. They're in the red zone, Levi. 100% of their red zone offense has scored. Right? According to your stats, I do believe.
Yes, they are 5 for 5 in the red zone. Most of their touchdowns coming outside of that, of course. But we'll see what they can do from the 14. Left side, one-on-one coverage. Caught. Touchdown, Panthers. 6 points after the fumbled punt recovery. And the Panthers getting on the board.
Well, there it is. They remain 100% in the red zone as an offense. And you can tell that is the range. You can almost see it. Garcia, that's his specialty. He knows where to pop it right just past the goal line. And if the receiver's there, he's turning around, jumping up, and bringing it down. That's his range.
Jamie Haro kicking. Through the uprights, 7-0 early in the first quarter. Panthers up over the Blue Devils on NorCal Sports TV.
My favorite part was just competing and meeting new people. You know, I'm always with my team, like practicing in high school, so it was good to come out and meet new people and play against them and and meet some college coaches.
And the dribbling with the Sacramento Kings coach, that was really fun. Meeting new people. Making new friends. The games. I love playing games, yeah.
Just to be able to practice on my moves.
My favorite part of camp is meeting new people. I've made a lot of friends so far. It's a real great experience here.
Bit too powerful. 1 second. Has another shot. Puts it up to end the game. Nails the 3.
The crowd
Here is
goes
Shiner
wild.
for 3. Yes, look at this. Everyone coming over to congratulate.
Literally, ball in the air as the buzzer went off.
Do you have the
Beautiful
chills? I have the
finish.
chills.
I definitely
Look
got
at that.
the
I got the
chills.
goosebumps.
I really did too.
Another surprising start at Merced College as the Hartnell Panthers take an early lead 7-0 after Merced, who was getting the ball for the first time in the game, muffed the punt, and Hartnell was able to receive it. Here is Isaiah Hidalgo now cutting up the field to the 35 in great starting field position as we see the first look of Ryan Kraft in the Merced College offense.
32-yard run to start the return kick there. That was wonderful. Hartnell, by the way, going 11 plays, 67 yards, including that fumbled punt for that pass touchdown to go up early here over Merced. And now Merced's offense gets a chance to strike back here for the first time in this game.
It's Kraft and Presley in the backfield, 4 receivers for Merced. Coaches tell me they usually have 10 plays already drawn out that they're going to do, and after that, it's all up to the offensive coordinator as DeMondre Evans is overthrown.
Man, I forgot how good Kraft's arm is, too. Just a little too hot to handle on that one. Got to bring that down a little bit, son. Get that ball down. Yes, sir. So they know what they're doing for 10 straight plays in hopes to strike early, huh? Go with a hurry-up offense?
Absolutely. Quarterback and the rest of the team in tandem, not having to talk too much as Brinson comes over in the tight end slot. Handoff, Romello Presley past the 40, dodges one defender to the 50 into Panther territory. And a big 20-plus yard play for Merced.
Yeah, keeping the stats going. You said when they run for big yards, and that was bigger than big right there. That's one of the biggest runs we've seen in some time. Like 22 yards. And the no-huddle, hurry-up offense. This is play number 3 of the drive.
Trips to the right side. Don't see that very often as Kraft will pitch it out to Presley right side. Gets a few yards, stopped at the line. 2nd and 8 it will be for Merced.
2 yards on first down. Presley with those spin moves. Remember, we've seen him spin, jump over defenders. He is not afraid of either getting hit or getting tackled. His job, get to the end zone.
Presley still out there in the running back position. Justin Incomprero, one of the top rushers in JUCO, staying on the sideline for the first drive. Pass over the middle, caught Ezra Morales down to the 20, red zone 10, being dragged down by the pads. And to the 5 he goes. Merced College knocking at the door early through 4 plays.
Took 11 for Hartnell to get even close. In 4 plays, as you've said, Merced has just dropped and just ran down. And here's one of those moments where you wonder, what do they know from what they've seen on tape? And as far as Hartnell's defense goes, they allow big scores. They've lost, each team that they've played has beat them with scores in the 40s other than 2 teams.
Their number 1 tight end comes out. That's Brinson, and Rowlett goes in as Presley will take a handoff for about 2 yards. So that's the 5th play of Merced. And if the coaches are telling me the truth and not lying to me, they still have 5 more plays that are in the playbook already set down in stone.
Yeah, if they strike here, they can go 4 plays in their next drive with this hurry-up.
Defense jumps. There's the flags. Pass to the right side. The defense not looking. Surprised there's no pass interference penalty there as it falls incomplete to Ezra Morales.
Man, that was a really good play, and I bet that receiver wants that back because even though he was facing a defender, he could have reached around and almost got that ball. So the offsides call against Panthers moves the ball a little closer.
It's going to be 2nd and goal from about 2 yards out. Wing T formation, Kraft handing to Presley, end zone, touchdown, Merced.
Let's just take it up the left side and follow behind our center and guard and see what we can do. Presley says, I'll get it across, coach.
And going to the extra point is Augustine Pizza, who has just started kicking from the past few weeks after their number 1 kicker got hurt on the field. They were testing out a few other kickers. One of them was redshirting, so he'll be playing next year as their kicker position. That one through the uprights for Pizza, 7-7 at Merced College.
What's your favorite part of this camp so far?
My favorite part is meeting new people, such as teammates and old friends that came earlier.
I really like the one-on-one training. The coaches really tried to get like the connections with the kids during the camp, so I think that was a really good part of it.
I liked the drills, the ball handling drills and shooting drills.
I think, one thing that's very underrated here at the camp was like meeting new people, because I thought there was going to be like very little people here from all around here, but there's people from Oakland, there's people from Atascadero, way far, and just got to meet new people. I really liked it. It was fun.
Seven in Merced, Blue Devils tying it up. And you said during the break that this is probably going to be a high-scoring game. And when we look at the points per game and points allowed, Merced 37 points per game, 24 points allowed. Hartnell 32 points per game, 33 points allowed. So I think you're going to be exactly right. A lot of high-scoring touchdowns, field goals, and I wouldn't be surprised at the half if we have a 20 to 20 something game.
Right, yeah. It's what they call a barn burner is what we're expecting. But you know what? A lot of times we expect certain things and it just doesn't pan out that way. But yeah, if you look at it from paper, it looks like it's going to be one of those barn burner games. So Merced goes 7 plays, 63 yards for that touchdown to tie it up. And again, Hartnell on their first possession won 11 plays, 67 yards. Of course, they were helped by a fumbled punt that helped them get inside the red zone. And here they are now from their 31. They started from their 33 on their first drive of the game. So each team having offensive drives, each team scoring. This is now Hartnell's second time with the ball and right around the same field position.
Referees coming over to talk to the Merced team.
Both teams, or at least Hartnell throws a lot. If the ball's not caught, that'll stop the clock, extend the time of the game too.
Looked like a ref was injured on that kickoff, and he's moving over to the sideline to talk to one of the trainers.
And that happened the last time we were here on October 9th. We saw a referee, one of the judges, get hurt on the field.
It might just be us as the broadcasting team. Yeah. If you've joined us at Somerville High and other places, we've had multiple refs go down on the field, so I want to apologize to the referee teams, whoever is there when we're there. Pass caught over the middle for about 7 yards.
Yeah, nice little dump there, being 6-something. What is he, 6'5"? Garcia can look over the lineman and see if his one of his options is open, and that was a nice little pattern there. I mean, you get 7 yards on first down on a pass play like that.
Good start for the Panthers. 2nd and 3 now for them. Surprised the Merced defense isn't looking over at the Hartnell coach, calling out the plays from the sideline. We talked about it earlier. Usually the quarterback runs over, gets the play, relays it to the team. But in Hartnell's situation, the coach is over there telling the entire team what the play is while the defense is out there looking at him too. Running play results in big yardage for the Panthers, a big first down and into Blue Devil territory.
Yeah, big yardage for sure, 15-plus yards on that running play, and they're just marching down the field as they did the first set in the first series, almost making it look easy. Garcia just stands there, looks left, everybody just watches the coach, everybody gets set up. No huddle for the Panthers.
In this position currently, they have 2 receivers to both sides, and they're playing from that left hash. I just assume that they're going to pass, not just because of their passing offense, but because they're the way they're set up on the field. Instead, they result to the run game, getting around 1 defender, getting back to the line, and a gain of 1.
Nice defensive stop there. It was Rodney Windsor who met him first, almost got him down. But a couple of yards on that play.
2nd and 8. They're going to give him 2 yards on the carry. 3 receivers left side, 1 to the right. A defensive formation, very uniform. 4-man rush, 5 defensive ends, and the 2 safeties showing the nickel. Play action once again. Pass over the middle, caught again. Dodging defenders left and right and just shy of the first down marker. Ooh, and that might be a penalty there on Merced. No flags coming out, but a late push.
Giving them that middle ground and letting them have those 7-8 yard passes. And if they can catch the ball, it's dangerous. Here it is, 3rd down and 1.
Here is after the play was over, a push there. Surprised that the referee didn't call it. It was right in front of his face, but still 3rd and 1 for Hartnell. Looks like some movement on the offensive side.
Flores moving a little early there. Started to fan out.
That takes him back 5 yards, 3rd and 6.
In the last series, they were about 3rd and 6, similar position, almost in the same field position. I think they were another 8 yards deep, and they had to punt it because Merced held them on 3rd down, which then resulted in a fumbled punt. Let's see if Merced's 3rd down defense here steps up.
Scanning the field in some trouble. Nobody there to defend as Flores gets the reception to the 31.
Yeah, nice play. The defenders were playing man-on-man, all 4 receivers going out. They just didn't see Flores sneak through. What he's doing is he's not even there to help block for Garcia. He's literally leaking through after the play, kind of taking a second before running through the line or around the lines. Nobody's spotting him. The backers are watching the corners to help cover the long ball because that's probably something they've seen on their video replay. But Flores gets right out of that middle ground, and all he needed was those 6 yards, and he ended up getting 6+ more.
Flores is the number 1 rusher for Hartnell and also the number 3 receivers as flags fly. The ball flies end zone. It's caught, and it is a touchdown as of now, but flags still back at the original line of scrimmage.
Could have been an inside line hold. If you watch the replay here, you're going to see Flores, that running back. Oh, it's a false start. You'll see Flores on the running back. He just kind of, it's almost like he takes a little stroll and walks right through the middle linemen that are blocking, and then he turns around. It's like he's told, I want you to go 3 yards and turn around, but don't make it obvious what you're doing.
It's kind of like that wildcat option on the offense where the quarterback can hand off one way or to the other, but instead it's the running back.
Flores is that final option, and that final option sometimes is the first option. You'll notice Garcia's actually looking for him. Let's see if they stay true to that. They don't hand off to him. Of course, they hand off to him this time.
Gets the 5 yards back, but it's 2nd and 10. Also, something about the Merced defense is they're playing off some of the receivers, and that could be dangerous if Hartnell catches on.
Yes, they are playing off, but on that play when it was 3rd down and 6, they played man-to-man. What they didn't see was Flores, he literally skips or just walks through the line as they're battling each other and turns around 3 yards deep from the line, and he's there. Or he goes a little further, or he's on the run. So right now they're playing off the receivers, like you said.
That one dropped 3rd and 11 now, and you're exactly right. I was watching Flores that time, and he just does a little hop step where it could be a fake, but then at the very end, as soon as he gets past those blockers,
and
he takes off for him.
Yeah, right. And most of the defense is just letting him do that. They're not picking up on him. He just sneakily goes through because once the runners are heading out, they're probably paying attention because of the arm of Garcia. And he's a heads-up football player that if he doesn't have Flores and one of those guys bites on Flores, he's going to throw to his receiver deep.
Staying in the pocket, another deep one. No receivers there. Merced almost able to get to it. That was Alfonso Gary, defensive back. Couldn't quite get there for the interception.
Yeah, a little miscommunication or something because he pretty much stopped on his route. And Garcia was throwing deep. He's like, hey, brother, I thought we were going end zone on this. What happened to you?
So out comes the punting team again. If I was Merced, I definitely would have wanted that interception. It could have been a touchback, catching it in the end zone. Just take the knee, start at the 20. Although now Hartnell has an opportunity to pin it within the 5-yard line. Hidalgo, the punt returner this time. They're going to let it go. Bounces out the 5, and Hartnell is there to pick it up at the 3-yard line. So Merced now in some trouble right next to the goal line.
Definitely deep in their own territory. After 9 plays, Hartnell has to punt it away, and that's good news for the Merced defense, being able to hold them. Now they can go and take the advantage here with 4 minutes to go in the first quarter with their second drive and try to punch it in.
We talked about the 10-play situation for Merced, that they have 10 plays always written down. They did 7 to get the touchdown on their first drive, so now that leaves 3 plays.
Let's see if they go 3 straight plays here with the no-huddle offense. They looked good in their first series. They had some huge gains, whether it was on the ground or the air, pretty well balanced, and Kraft is looking good with the arm.
Presley gets about 2, moving them away from the end zone, but not quite enough breathing room for him.
Yeah, somewhat. I was going to say, it's almost like, okay, we can take half a breath now, but let's get a little further so we can take a full breath. Because now Kraft is going to be, if he's in the gun, will be right near the goal line.
They do that, so Kraft right on the goal line. 4 receivers out there. Had an option, another handoff, and stopped exactly at that line. So 3rd and long still for Merced, struggling to get out of that backfield.
It's almost as if Hartnell knew it was going to be a draw play.
They will have some personnel change. Raheem Choice coming out, and in goes Dasani Tate. They're going to have 3 receivers to the right side. Kraft scanning, passing left side. Mateo Brinson gets the first and more to the 25.
Yeah, the big tight end, man, I forgot about him. I like him a lot. He's 6'5", 235. He's built and has almost the same size and weight as the quarterback for Hartnell. That tight end option is wonderful to see. And that right there, converting that 3rd down, was huge. Talk about breathing room. And Kraft, he just couldn't have put it in a better place. That was just all Brinson. It was like, it's there, brother, you catch it. And that was the 10th play of the game for Merced.
We'll see what they can do now as Presley gets it on the left side. Kraft handed it off, and he moved to the right side like he still had the ball. He could have got plenty of yards if the defense didn't sniff it out.
Right. They saw that he had handed it off and knew who had the ball at that moment there. So after 10 plays, if they're now running off the coach's directions, or do they just soak and repeat? Rinse and repeat. Start over fresh.
Tried to get the defense to jump, but resulting back to the coach. Presley moving in the backfield. And it's a quarterback keeper this time around the left edge, trying to hurdle. And Kraft getting up very quick. Nobody liked that in the coaching staff.
May not be the safest and wisest choice, but, these guys are young. Kraft at 6 foot, 200 pounds. He's a sophomore out of Sonora. And, I'm sure the coaches are going to have a little chitty-chat with him because they can't afford to have him hurt. He's the guy that takes the snap. But, Levi, that's that play similar to the previous one where you said had he kept the ball, he would have had some room to run. Well, he did, and it was only the corner that was able to bring him down at that moment.
And a big stop in the backfield. Going to keep the play alive. It's Romello Presley for a first down.
You have got to be kidding me right now. Presley is in beast mode here in November, trying to keep their winning streak alive to go 3-1 in their league. And, man, they hit him back. They wrapped him up, but they never slowed his feet down. And there he goes.
And as the play happened, I was just assuming that they were going to blow it dead, stop a forward momentum, try to avoid hurting the players. But on the replay, he got it out of that pretty quickly. They never stopped him long enough for that whistle to blow. So a great play by Presley as they gain another first down, and Kraft will look to throw now.
And I like how the refs are letting these guys play ball today.
In Caprera for 8. First time we've mentioned his name today, one of the top rushers in the state.
Man, they made it look almost easy there. Easy peasy. And on first down, now second down gives them good options.
In Caprera, 1,048 rushing yards on the season, which is more than double what Romello Presley has. Second and 2, trips to the left side. Play action, fake pitch to Incomprera. Kraft in some trouble. Dasani Tate can't get a hold of it.
Oh, boy, did he want that bad. And Kraft actually got the defense to bite. And by the time they realized he had the ball and put the rush on him, gave him just the extra time he needed to put that ball in the air. And that was just receiver there. He had men open. Not necessarily open, but he had men in the position that could have easily had the ball. That's just a missed opportunity there. That's just a drop ball.
And as we saw the first play for Justin Incomprera, let's talk about him a little bit. 9 games played, 136 rushes, 1,048 yards with an average of 7.7 a carry. As he gets it again here, another big gain, and that's about 8 yards. So keeping on that average, trying to gain more.
Yeah, Incomprera, just in there. They got a lot of options. The one thing about Merced, like you mentioned, you just mentioned Tate there on the previous play on the drop ball, number 22. You know, that's not his jam. He usually catches balls, and so Merced's using the arsenal of everything they have to try to pull away on this one.
It started out strong for both teams, but keeping it at 7-7 at the end of the first. You're watching NorCal Sports TV.
This broadcast of Merced College football is brought to you by Merced College, Dignity Health, Golden Valley Health Centers, and the NCSTV Summer Basketball Camp. This broadcast
7-7 at Don Otishu Field, Stadium 76, Merced College. I'm Levi Flores along with Justin Flores. Thank you for joining us here at Merced. And, you know, thanks to NorCal Sports TV, a bunch of people all around the world can watch this game at Merced.
Literally around the world. Morgantown, West Virginia specifically. We've got Jim Perkins and Bob Wasson that are currently watching. That's awesome, out of West Virginia. Just hunkering down, I'm sure, with a nice beverage and a wood fire going in the cool months, watching football on the West Coast.
Field switching sides, Merced now going from left to right as Kraft will throw on the first play in the second quarter. Hit as he threw, and it falls incomplete to make it 2nd and 10.
That's the 10th play of this drive for Merced. They started from their 3, made it to midfield in 10 plays, and as you said, in the start of the second quarter, switching now, moving left to right on your television screen. And Kraft hanging in there as long as he could, but you'll notice this is what the offensive line does for him. Kind of give him as much time as he needs. But Hartnell right now, the defense, starting to pick up and notice a few things and getting in there quick.
Has an option. It's Incomprera. Got a block from Morales as he gains about 3 yards on that one, so it's 3rd and 7. And we talked about Justin Incomprera a little bit there. His rushing long is 89 yards, which is only 6 yards shy of Merced's longest rush, which is 95, set back in 1980 by Scott Montgomery.
Could see a record-breaking day here.
Tough position for Merced. I'd look to try to find Brinson, who's on the right side. Coverage not very close on him. Morales being dragged down. He gets the reception and the first down to the 27.
Nice pass. Kraft again with a lot of time. Finds his man. Nice open field pass. Beautiful gain. And Merced just making moves slowly but surely. And now inside the 30 on the 13th play of the drive here. No huddle offense. Hurry it up.
Quick play by Romello Presley, who gains 5.
You make it sound so like, yeah, that's just all it is. It's just a quick play. LaMelo Presley and a quick 5. But that's how Merced does move the ball. That's what has made them successful. Again, the losses that they've suffered have been so close that these guys could easily be walking into this game with a record of 9-1 or even completely undefeated here.
Merced will now slow the game down a little bit. Definitely out of those predetermined plays. So substitution from Hartnell comes out onto the field.
They're really showing a good balance between running and passing.
Rolling out to the outside. Quick pass to Brinson, and he has it.
Oh, they're going to call him in there.
Yeah, they go. 9-yard line. Merced, Kraft finding Brinson.
Did he get the 1 foot in there? I mean, it doesn't matter to me. They called him in. I guess he did. Boy, it was that close. How exciting. It's an entertaining afternoon here for sure. Again, this is Merced's second time. This is their second drive. Both teams have had 2 drives. They both scored on their first drives. Hartnell eventually had to punt it away on their second drive, and now Merced with their 15th play of the game. They started at their 3. They're now in the striking zone.
4 receivers, Kraft trying to draw the defense off sides. He'll move Presley to his right, overloading that left side. Straight up the gut, breaking through, pushing the ball towards the goal line, and they're going to call him inches shy.
Couldn't just break the plane there. You know, on the previous play of the drive where Brinson caught that ball and was in bounds where they got them where they are now, he had a man that was wide open down midfield.
And another quick play for Merced. Touchdown, Blue Devils.
Presley once again proven, I'll just take it up the middle, coach. Just give it to me. I'll hold on to it.
13-7, the Blue Devils showing up on their home field.
And controlling the game clock, too.
Extra point is up, and it is good. 14-7, 2 drives, 2 scores. Merced up over the Hartnell Panthers on NorCal Sports TV.
How was camp for you, Blake?
It was really fun.
Yeah. What was your favorite part of NorCal Sports TV's summer basketball camp?
The atmosphere. Just being out here, feeling close to nature. Like, I woke up in the morning from getting my award for the 6 a.m. practices. I woke up in the morning, I saw 3 deer just pass by. I got a video. It was really cool. And I love the atmosphere. I love the coaches. I love everybody here. Everybody's here to get better. Everybody's here to have fun. And, you know, I like the competitiveness as well. So.
A score from Romello Presley, putting Merced up 14-7 here on their home field. 16 plays, 97 yards.
And controlling the game clock at the same time, just methodically moving down. And it wasn't like it was just a bunch of little nitpicky plays. They had some big plays in that drive, big moves, and everybody got a chance to touch the ball. And they controlled the clock massively. I think they took off the last 6 minutes of game time plus the first few seconds of the second quarter clock here.
Another short kick to the 15, and the Panthers will try to take it back. Running down the middle of the field, usually they try to go to the outsides where not many players are, but gaining quite a few to the 35, a 20-yard return, I believe.
Yeah, maybe trying to surprise them, say, I'll just go up the middle, maybe nobody will see me here. Yeah, about 22 yards on that. They picked it up from the 15.
David Presley, who was their number 1 kicker until just a few weeks ago, out with an injury. He got hurt late in the game against Monterey Peninsula, so now having to resort to Pisa.
Merced College's defense is well rested after the offense had the ball for quite some time. The offense of Hartnell is also a little rested.
has an option, deciding to throw. Again, caught in a big tackle by the defense.
Nice stop, but a great offensive pass. 10-yard pickup. It looked like it was a bigger pickup than that, but Garcia just has the strength to be able to put the ball quickly, even in coverage. But a nice stop by Lozano of Merced to just be there and stay on his man and to bring him down immediately.
Lozano has made a lot of defensive plays, just the first time we're mentioning it, out of Hillmar High School, who had just advanced to the second to last round in the state playoffs, beating Sonora, his home team. And that time, another big stop by Merced. Ball came out late, but they're going to say he was down.
That's one of the first time I've seen Hartnell's running game and Flores being stopped at the line and not getting a couple of yards and actually, being stopped. And Merced here, like I said, well-rested defense here and a nice hit, causing even a fumble, although he was already down, they say. And so now Hartnell, after one big play in the middle on a pass, find themselves second down and 10, and Merced is just chomping at the bit to try to get this ball back quickly. Let's spread out the defense here. Let's spread out the offense and the wide receivers, Hartnell says.
Dropping back, defense flying in. And that's another drop, 3rd and 10.
You know what I like about that play, Levi? Cody Chapman is that middle linebacker, and they are watching now Flores on those drop backs. If it's not handing off to him, he's keying up. What do they call that when you have a player that just keys up on another player? Like literally they play like a spy game where your job is you watch this guy. And I've noticed the last couple of plays, that linebacker there, and I just picked up on it. He nearly got the interception because he's almost as if he knew that ball was coming there. But I think they're watching Flores now on his little two-step turnaround drops on each play.
Pay attention to that. It's Flores, number 3. And they're going to switch the quarterback position as he's hitting the back, dodges 1, but a loss of 2 yards. That time it was Damian Mejia, the freshman quarterback, 6'3", 227, big quarterbacks for Hartnell, but he wasn't able to do anything either, but flags fly late.
Yeah, all of a sudden we've got some penalty flags
and then there
some
goes
hats
the hat.
throwing. A lot of trash talking going on there. And the new quarterback for Hartnell, Mejia, out of Soledad, coming in on that play. And Merced's defense is just hungry. Got a real quick stop, and now we'll find out exactly what penalties. Obviously, there'll be some personal fouls and unsportsmanlike conduct calls because of some trash talking and pushing going on in the in the mix there.
You just saw the tackle for Merced, but we couldn't see exactly after the fact what happened down close on the field. And all the referees putting out the names of each player that they thought deserves the personal foul. And here come the head umpire now. Unsportsmanlike conduct, Merced. Personal foul on Hartnell. They decline.
And they offset each other. So what ends up happening is you've got a player who ends up doing something unsportsmanlike, a personal foul against Hartnell as well. So there's just some trash talking, a lot of bumping, a lot of yelling. And when you got referees out there start throwing hats in the air because they don't have any more flags, you got some situation going on. Got a player come running off the field without his helmet as well. And so there was just a lot of movement, and that was a huge defensive stop because here's Merced again stopping Hartnell on 3rd down. This time it's in the middle of the field, which means if they are going to punt, Merced's going to get better field position than they had before with a 7-point lead. So they're starting to break down Hartnell. Hartnell's offense starting to break down, and we saw a new quarterback come in out of nowhere, Damian Mejia. We're not sure why. He's a big fella too, though, 6'3", 277 out of Soledad. So one snap, and he ends up losing a yard on that play. And the big tackle coming in by number 56 of Merced, Arnold Dejani out of Coconut Creek, 6'3", 225, and just everything else that just goes with it. Merced's got this momentum going right now. The defense comes out and says, hey, within 4 plays, we stopped them. All right, offense, your turn now.
And I don't condone, obviously, any unsportsmanlike conduct or personal fouls, but the first penalty was on Merced, which is an automatic 15 yards and a first down. If Hartnell just kept to themselves, they'd have a first down and still have the ball, not having to punt it away like they are now.
And maybe even getting the momentum back.
Ball drops at the 29. He's going to take it. It's Isaiah Hidalgo, who stopped at the 17-yard line. And going back to Mejia, who took that final 3rd down play for Hartnell, he's played in 3 games. He's 2 completions for 7 attempts, 28 pass percentage, 15 yards, doesn't play a lot, and with an 18-point quarterback efficiency rating.
Yeah, and I didn't realize if he had been in the play prior to that or not. I just realized all of a sudden he's out there, and I think it happened so fast on the switch. And I'm watching Garcia on the sideline for Hartnell. He doesn't have his helmet on, but the coaches are having chats with him, and now he's going to go and have a sit on the bench. Maybe he just took a hit or just needs to take a break. Maybe, whatever the case is. Right now, Merced has the ball, and so Kraft and company are going to go back to work from their 14.
By the looks of it, the referee is marching off a penalty against Merced. Didn't get the call for that. But it's half the distance to the goal.
We saw earlier the declination and all, and I thought maybe they offset. Maybe they didn't. Maybe the penalty is assessed after the kick in favor of Hartnell with the unsportsmanlike. But I didn't see any flags there. It all happened
Kraft
so
in
fast.
trouble, taking it himself, and he loses a yard on that one. Defense came flying in and had to get out of the end zone, or else it would have been a safety. A smart play, but he's coming up limping.
What do coaches say? Hey, work it out on the field.
And Kraft sits down on the field, which is going to force a timeout on the referee. So coach comes out, and we're going to see Betancourt come out and play the quarterback position.
Of course, Betancourt knows how to play ball too, and we've seen him come in for Kraft.
So they're going to take a look at him. 14-7, 10 minutes left in the first half. You're watching Merced College football on NorCal Sports TV.
My favorite part was just competing and meeting new people. I'm always with my team, like practicing in high school. So it was good to come out and meet new people and play against them and and meet some college coaches.
And the dribbling with the Sacramento Kings coach, that was really fun. Meeting new people, making new friends. The games, I love playing games, yeah.
Just to be able to practice on my moves.
My favorite part of camp is meeting new people. I've made a lot of friends so far. It's a real great experience here.
Bit too powerful. 1 second. Has another shot. Puts it up to end the game. Here is Shiner for three. Yes, look at this. Everyone coming over to congratulate.
Literally, ball in the air as the buzzer went off.
Do you have the chills? I have the chills.
I definitely
look
got
at that.
the
I got
chills.
the goosebumps.
I really did too.
Well, he's up and walking. Let's hope that's nothing that's season ending or something that might keep him out the rest of the game. Although we've seen Betancourt come in before.
Kraft finally up on his feet, walking to the sidelines.
They were checking out his ankle, his foot, having to move around. He looked like he was in a lot of pain there for a minute now, like as you said, walking out. But Jacob Betancourt, he's taken some snaps. We've seen him this season. 5'11", 140. He's a freshman, so he's the fellow that'll be taking over snaps if he keeps healthy and stays with the team. Out of Oristimba High School, Newman, California, this is Betancourt going to take the snaps for Merced deep in their territory here.
He's played 8 games, 19 completions for 39 attempts, 48 pass completion as Incomprera gets the handoff.
And that was the second play of the current drive. Merced scoring on their first 2 drives, holding the lead here 14-7. Hartnell had the opening kickoff and scored eventually. Hartnell's last 2 attempts and series have resulted in punts. They've played many minutes and had many plays.
And here's the arm from Betancourt scrambling out.
In some trouble and being chased down, wisely threw that one out, but that is a quick 3 and out for Merced, and that's the first time today Hartnell's defense has held Merced to a quick 3 and out. Unfortunate injury on their number 1 quarterback, Kraft, out of Sonora, but Hartnell's going to get the ball back, and they're going to be in great field position here somewhere near midfield.
Dasani Tate has been known to have some great punts, but it all depends on if Hartnell wants to receive where they're at. I don't know why they wouldn't. Being near midfield, they can get there and hopefully take it back. But if he can get a bouncer and a roller, it would be really nice for Merced. The Panthers have 2 players to receive. And Dasani Tate takes it himself. The first down and plenty more to the 27. A high snap, and Dasani Tate takes it back, and Merced keeps the ball.
I'm not sure if it was a plan to fake the punt that deep or not, or if it was the high snap that caused him to have to make a last-minute decision. But my goodness, what a brazen move that worked out in favor of the Blue Devils.
Dasani Tate, you see on the replay, it was very high, and the Panthers got there in the end zone. How he was able to find the hole and have the room to run is unbelievable. But now Merced keeping that momentum after a huge play on 4th down. And here's Betancourt now throwing. It's caught another first down and taken down by 3 Panthers.
What do you do when you got the momentum? Let's keep it going. Quick slant pass, bammo, labammo, 10-plus yards. Keep the momentum going, boys.
Raheem Choice gets that reception, and they're going to keep him out there moving fast. Betancourt telling the line what to do quickly.
Throw the defense off. Don't let them know what you're doing.
There's the spread and a false start, though, on DeMondre Evans.
Well, that goes the opposite way. I know they normally make a quick, hard snap count to try to get 5 yards on the defense, and that time it burned them.
Looking at the chart for receiving, Raheem Choice is deep down. He's either at least 8 or 9 in receiving for the team, but today he's having a big game. Freshman wide receiver, only 1 game played before this. So this is his 2nd game and getting 3 or 4 receptions already in the first half. Incomparable right side gets the catch, but no yards gaining.
That's unfortunate. He was sliding. Remember, things are a little wet. It didn't rain today, but it's been a foggy morning. Things are starting to clear up now. Things are wet. They play on natural grass. A lot of dew, a lot of wetness out there. And unfortunate, that ball thrown just a little below and behind Incomparable. And, of course, you're down when your knee's down. Right now, Hartnell defense has been rushing and getting past the O-line. Coach Hurtado's going to have to make some adjustments for Merced.
2nd and 15, flags deep as the ball's intercepted, but I'm afraid it's coming back.
That's against Hartnell. That'll be sad because that was a nice pass catch. Betancourt just overthrew that ball.
Actually, I shouldn't say I'm afraid because, and there it is. Hartnell does get the ball as that was a penalty on Merced.
So the interception will count because he was inbounds, and the Panthers from their 45 on that interception turnover. So out of nowhere now, Hartnell has the ball. It kind of feels like it's not real. We saw flags thrown, slow up a movement, and Betancourt just put that one just a little too high. That thing just went flying right over the intended receiver, but into the hands of the waiting back.
Back out on the field for Hartnell is the Big 12, Juan Pablo Garcia. He will call out the play to both sides. From the 45, here are the Panthers. Merced looking for an interception back, one play after another. That one just going straight to the ground.
Just either came off his hands wrong or... You see Garcia, the quarterback, standing next to Flores, his running back, how much taller he is. And even standing up while the linemen are there, he stands above them. If he moves on into extra moving up and playing, you could see him tight end someday.
And Flores, a loss of 4. Pablo Garcia just having to get rid of it, didn't want to get hit himself. Instead, hands it off to Flores, who gets annihilated.
We saw that when Hartnell had the ball last. Merced's defense is starting to key up on Flores and watching what they're doing. And there's something on the field that we don't see that the Merced linemen and linebackers are seeing when they're coming in. Of course, now we got 5 wide receivers, so I'm thinking Garcia's going to pass.
Defensive spread for Merced in some trouble moving all the way around while Hartnell is just sitting there waiting for the play to start. Like you said, it's the spread. 5 receivers. Garcia, plenty of time. A very quick pass. Beeline straight to the receiver. Gets the first, fighting to get away from every Blue Devil. Ball comes out late.
This will be interesting if it's Merced that gets it. Oh.
And they call it. It's Blue Devil ball going straight back the other way. turnover after turnover, and that was number 15, Nate Ruiz, coming away with it, the 6'1" freshman out of Buhack Colony.
That really stings if you're Hartnell, because they're giving that middle pass routes. 3rd down 15, they gave them the 15-yard pass route because the secondary of Merced is just not able to catch up to those fast receivers. But the hit causes the fumble. Merced dodges a bullet, and they've got the ball in the lead.
And look who comes out onto the field. It's Ryan Kraft. Nobody in the backfield with him. This is going to be a passing play, and it's going to be big for Merced. Defense flying in, a big hit, and incomplete to Tate.
Man, the best thing Tate could have done was at least caught that for Kraft since he took a hit for him.
Mike Smith putting Kraft down on the ground, the defensive sophomore lineman out of Joppatown, Maryland.
Good to see Kraft out there. Obviously, it was just a little stretch on that play where he got injured and had to come off because it looks like he's walking on it pretty solid. So, tough kid.
Incampura takes it off the left side for a gain of 2. DeMondre Evans will come in for the next play, so that just puts my mind thinking that they're going to go to the passing game.
One of the things Merced wants to do here is control this game clock. They had that one big drive where they marched down to eventually take the lead, 90-something yards. And by doing so, they controlled the game clock, and we've got 6 minutes and counting here in the second quarter. A lot of passes incomplete, a lot of stop of the game clock. So this is where they want to control this. They need to convert this 3rd down and keep the ball in possession.
Left side of the field is completely empty as Kraft will throw to Rowlett. He gets 2 yards after catching it 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage. It'll still result in 4th down.
Going off to that weak side, the opposite side, trying to make something happen there, but one-on-one, nice tackle by Hartnell, and as you said, now punting it away. Not the desired outcome on a fumble recovery that Merced was hoping to have.
And Rowlett is upset with himself as he makes his way to the sideline. Although he caught that 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage, made the 5 yards plus 2, even though he was way short of the 1st down marker, he couldn't do anything more than what he did. A great job by Rowlett as Dasani Tate puts it high up in the air to the 22.
Well, another quick out for Merced. The punt resulted in Hartnell with a fair catch, good field position, and a chance to try to equalize this getting into halftime.
Set a lot of stop of the clock in the second quarter. The first quarter seemed like it went by in seconds. It was 7-7 at the very end. A lot of passes completed and a lot of rushes from Merced. But in this second quarter, with the time gone by, it seems like it's been 30, 40 minutes just for the second quarter alone.
Injury timeouts, extra penalty flags being thrown, and a lot of incomplete passes.
Garcia hands it off and straight to the ground.
We're going to start seeing the wear and tear on that grass field. Flores tries to pivot, head to the right after juking left, and that's what happens on real grass fields when it's damp out.
Second and 12 now. Very unfortunate for Hartnell the one time they do decide to run the ball, and no defender needs to touch him. He just falls straight down.
Yeah.
From the right hash, it's Pablo Garcia. Staying in the pocket, being chased down. Free ball up in the air, caught at the 50 and dragged down at the 44 of Merced. Panthers back in Blue Devil territory.
I cannot believe what I just saw. As you called it, being hit, putting it up and into the hands of the receiver. All he had to do is make sure he held on to it. I mean, he was in coverage. What are you going to do, you know? That was massive.
Clock continues to run to 4 minutes, 30 seconds. And the Panthers looking to score before the end of the first half.
34-yard pass play to go into Merced territory.
Similar situation for the Panthers. Short pass away, incomplete.
Alfonso Gary of Merced looked over like, Was that really the ball that just flew right by me? He was on the inside run. That could have easily been a pick six. That ball wasn't quite so far out of reach.
Another stoppage of the clock as the pass falls incomplete.
Fifth possession of the game for Hartnell, scoring only on their opening drive. They've gone 4 straight, giving it up, punts and fumbles.
Another option, handoff to Flores, taken down by the shoes. And another scuffle on the far sideline in front of the Hartnell bench.
Now here's Merced defense. Once again, an opportunity to stop Hartnell because this is third down, but it's 3rd down and 8 for Hartnell. And Merced in the last 3 drives have either stopped him or caused a fumble of some kind on 3rd down.
Moving the running back, who is Flores, to the left side. Quarterback draw, and he gets the first down. Pablo Garcia hesitated, took that quarterback draw as the 4 pass rushers for Merced came flying in. He found the hole that was needed. Move the markers.
Yeah, the option we hadn't seen yet. They put Flores out on the wing. It actually made one of the linebackers bite just long enough that once Garcia took off, he couldn't get back in the center, and he just picked up those 8 yards needed plus 1 more. And a nice 3rd down conversion for the Panthers.
Valami McConey going to the sideline with a helmet malfunction as John Cook will go in.
Merced defense is stopping that inside run when Flores gets the ball.
And that was John Cook who just came in for the play, a 6'2", 285-pound sophomore out of Madera. 1 play, 1 tackle.
One more defensive stop like that, and Merced will have themselves looking at another 3rd down stop.
2nd and 9. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Merced still playing off a few of the receivers. Flores finds an open receiver after he caught the reception. Touchdown, Panthers. No. Yes, there it is, the touchdown. Looked like they called he was out of bounds for a second there near the goal line. But another 6 points, possibly to tie it up before the end of the first half.
So here's another play they have in their arsenal that we did not know. Flores can throw the ball. The 5'9", 180-pound youngster out of Gonzales, California, hits his man downfield on the halfback or fullback pass, whatever you want to call it. A little bit of razzle-dazzle, man. It took Garcia, or the quarterback, Garcia, to run a ball 10-plus yards on a play. And then, of course, Flores, the running back, to throw it downfield to get the touchdown.
Pablo Garcia threw that one to Flores like he was trying to throw to a 5-year-old that doesn't know how to catch some of the harder passes. And Flores able to flick that down, dodging 1 defender, and then nothing but the end zone was there for him. Tied 14-14. Can Merced add another score before the half? We'll find out next on NorCal Sports TV. Hartnell Panthers tying it up at Don Odeshu Field, 14-14, 2 minutes, 11 seconds left in the first half. Merced will get the ball here. Evans and Hidalgo back deep to receive the kick. Demondre Evans will receive at the 6 and take it back from there. Merced will now start at the 28-yard line. Ryan Kraft was hurt earlier in the second quarter, and then he was able to get back out there on the previous drive, and it looks like he'll start again here.
Hartnell scores on the opening drive, and it took till their 5th drive to finally put a series of plays together to score, to tie it up at 14. They went 7 plays, 78 yards. They started from their 22 to finally punch it in. As you said here, close to halftime with Merced with the ball, though, an opportunity to try to go up at the half.
4 options out there. 1st and 10 from the 29. They have to go 71 yards to the end zone within 2 minutes as Kraft decides to take it himself for 2.
I like Kraft's heads-up play. Fake the pass, see if we can get the defenders to possibly bite on the fact that you're going to throw the ball to maybe get an extra yard or 2. He ended up getting 2. Wisely holding on to it. Now they got to make something happen here.
Dasani Tate, Demondre Evans, Mateo Brinson, and Ezra Morales, 4 big targets for the top receivers. Actually, the 4 top receivers for Merced all out there. All while Kraft and Romello Presley are in the backfield. Run game 2 yards, and actually I believe that was Justin Pereira.
5th possession of the ball for Merced. Barring any turnover, both teams will have had the ball 5 times here in the first half. Currently tied at 14.
Kraft pass to the right side, and tripped down was Mateo Brinson as the ball flies off the face of a defender. That was Cameron Dobson, who had the chance for an interception.
The wet field's really making the difference here for the players. That was just Brinson. He just slipped on the field. It's wet, damp.
Bottom right corner of your screen there, you see him just take a spill, not touching any defender, and the ball actually just hit off the face of the defender.
Right.
Something that doesn't happen very often because usually they're following it.
Yeah, they weren't expecting the ball to be there. Brinson just couldn't even stay up on his feet, just slid, and so they have to punt it away here.
Last time Merced punted, they actually got away from Hartnell, got a first down on it, so they were able to keep the ball, but that time Dasani Tate able to get his foot on it, and Hartnell will have it around the 30-yard line.
3 and out for Merced, very quick. Didn't get a chance to run off the game clock, and so Hartnell, the Panthers now have the ball for the 6th time this half, currently equalizing it on their last drive. And it looks like they're going with an empty backfield in an attempt to try to go up on Merced here at the half. We'll see what their 2-minute drill looks like.
Merced's 3 and out took 44 seconds as an empty backfield. 1 minute, 27 seconds. Still plenty of time for Hartnell. Short pass. Only 2-3 yards. Trying to weave his way around the defense, but couldn't do so.
Yeah, nice quick tackle there.
Hartnell going to have to hurry up a little bit faster than they are now. 27 seconds already taken off the clock through 1 play. Pablo Garcia rolling out to the right, being taken down, and it is intercepted by Merced at the 45. The Blue Devils taking it back down, dodging one inside Hartnell territory at the 48 as the clock stops at 46 seconds. So Merced now back with the ball, 46 seconds, 48 yards.
Lozano with a nice pick for Merced. And the ball quickly back into Merced's hands for their 6th possession now. That ball just way overthrown. Right into the hands of the receiving secondary.
Hartnell had the chance to take the lead at the half, but now it's Merced's turn. It's Kraft. It's Tate. It's caught at the 40. The 30, dodging 1, dodging 2, down at the 25, and Merced takes a timeout.
You can just tell when the momentum shift changes and the look of the plays and how they're designed and how the players on the snap and how they look, and Kraft just looking sharp, looks, toss, plenty of time, throw, caught, we're good.
8 seconds taken off the clock, and Merced calls the timeout. High red zone for them. Can they get into the end zone? I believe they can.
Yeah, of course they can. They've proven it that they can.
So with 25 yards, 38 seconds, do you still keep that passing game?
Well, I would go with whatever's currently working for you. Right now, Merced, what is working for them, and the offensive line holding on long enough to give Kraft a look downfield. He's got plenty of hands who can catch the ball. I say give it a couple of attempts. You know, if you're not going to go the 10-yard route to get into the 10, then you need to start looking into the end zone. You know, we've seen a couple of those quick slant passes have worked where they picked up 10, 15 yards on a slant play. And if you go with a quick slant, you probably have just enough to get down, get to the line of scrimmage, snap, and try to go end zone.
Trips to the right side, one to the left. Look for the tight ends, Brinson and Rowlett, as he's rolling DeMondre Evans' way out of the outstretched arms of a receiver.
He called for that pass. Kraft waited about a second and a half before he threw it. Had he waited just a little bit longer, Kraft just led him just a little too far out. That was a very well-designed play as everybody just kind of faded to the right. He called for it, and had Kraft been able to put it just a little shorter.
That was Dasani Tate, the intended target, as Choice comes in for Tate. Choice will be on that left side, second game playing, and has had a lot of receptions. And he looks for Evans, far off his back left shoulder.
He threw that ball before Evans turned forward, and one of the thing about Merced's receivers need to understand, if the play has been called that you're going to get it, when you turn, expect that ball to be there. It was just a little low, but Kraft had thrown that perfectly. And of course, you know, going back and looking at that play, look at all the time Kraft has. I mean, the defense of Hartnell never actually broke across it, even create the pressure. Now they're showing they're bringing the house here.
They have an isolation on the top of your screen. I believe that's Dasani Tate. He'll cut inside for a slant route. Kraft in trouble. Breaks the defenders. 1-2, but not 3, as Kraft is taken down at the 40 for a loss of 15.
Big defensive stop. Kraft put some razzle-dazzle, caused one of the linemen to actually lose his footing when they just assumed he was going to fade to his right. He ended up cutting back going left, so unfortunate, and that's going to be the end of the half, and Merced's just not going to get in there.
And Coach calls a timeout with 2 seconds.
Well,
are they going to give it to him? Coach called it. I saw it on the sideline. Hartnell already heading to the sideline. But no, there it is. The referee saying come back. First half is not over yet. So put 2 seconds on the clock. Merced has one play from the 40-yard line.
Smart call by the coach to call the timeout as the time is literally expiring, because now Hartnell's not going to get a chance to get the ball back unless they get an interception and run it all the way back for a pick six. So this is going to give Merced an opportunity to punch this into the end zone here in the final seconds of the half.
So it's fourth down. Merced has the final play, 2 seconds. The only way Hartnell can either score here is from a fumble recovery or an interception, which Merced does not want. They're looking to get into the end zone. And with a Hail Mary pass, it's very rare that the defense can get away with another score. They have the 4 options out there with Incomprera in the backfield. 4-man rush for Hartnell. Offensive line keeping him. Kraft back in trouble. There is the pass. It's going to be short of the goal line and batted down by the Panthers, which ends the first half at 14-14. It's all up to the second half and who makes the better changes here on NorCal Sports TV.
This broadcast of Merced College football is brought to you by Merced College, Dignity Health, Golden Valley Health Centers, and the NCSTV Summer Basketball Camp. This broadcast of Merced College football is brought to you by Merced College, Dignity Health, Golden Valley Health Centers, and the NCSTV Summer Basketball Camp. This broadcast of Merced College football is brought to you by Merced College, Dignity Health, Golden Valley Health Centers, and the NCSTV Summer Basketball Camp. This broadcast of Merced College football is brought to you by Merced College, Dignity Health, Golden Valley Health Centers, and the NCSTV Summer Basketball Camp.
My favorite part was just competing and meeting new people. You know, I'm always with my team, like practicing in high school, so it was good to come out and meet new people and play against them and and meet some college coaches. So,
And the dribbling with the Sacramento Kings coach, that was really fun. Meeting new people, making new friends. The games, I love playing games. Yeah.
Just to be able to practice on my moves.
My favorite part of camp is meeting new people. I've made a lot of friends so far. It's a real great experience here.
Bit too powerful. 1 second, has another shot, puts it up to end the game. Nails the three.
The crowd
Here is
goes
Shiner
wild.
for three. Yes, look at this. Everyone coming over to congratulate.
Literally, ball in the air as the buzzer went off.
Do you have the
Beautiful
chills? I have the
finish.
chills.
I definitely
look
got
at that.
the
I got the
chills.
goosebumps.
I really did too.
This broadcast of Merced College football is brought to you by Merced College, Dignity Health, Golden Valley Health Centers, and the NCSTV Summer Basketball Camp.
What's your favorite part of this camp so far?
My favorite part is meeting new people, such as teammates and old friends that came earlier.
I really like the one-on-one training. The coaches really tried to get like the connections with the kids during the camp, so I think that was a really good part of it.
I liked the drills, the ball handling drills and shooting drills.
I think, one thing that's very underrated here at the camp was like meeting new people, because I thought there was going to be like very little people here from all around here, but there's people from Oakland, there's people from Atascadero, way far, and just got to meet new people. I really liked it. I was enjoying it. It was really fun.
This broadcast of Merced College football is brought to you by Merced College, Dignity Health, Golden Valley Health Centers, and the NCSTV Summer Basketball Camp.
How was camp for you, Blake?
It was really fun.
What was your favorite part of NorCal Sports TV's summer basketball camp?
The atmosphere, just being out here, feeling close to nature. Like I woke up in the morning from getting my award for the 6 a.m. practices. I woke up in the morning, I saw 3 deer just pass by. I got a video. It was really cool. And I love the atmosphere. I love the coaches. I love everybody here. Everybody's here to get better. Everybody's here to have fun. And, you know, I like the competitiveness as well. So.
This broadcast of Merced College football is brought to you by Merced College, Dignity Health, Golden Valley Health Centers, and the NCSTV Summer Basketball Camp.
My favorite part was just competing and meeting new people. You know, I'm always with my team, like practicing in high school, so it was good to come out and meet new people and play against them and and meet some college coaches.
And the dribbling with the Sacramento Kings coach, that was really fun. Meeting new people, making new friends. The games, I love playing games, yeah.
Just to be able to practice on my moves.
My favorite part of camp is meeting new people. I've made a lot of friends so far. It's a real great experience here.
Bit too powerful. 1 second, has another shot, puts it up to end the game. Nails the three.
The crowd
Here is
goes
Shiner
wild.
for 3. Yes, look at this. Everyone coming over to congratulate.
Literally, ball in the air as the buzzer went off.
Do you have the
Beautiful
chills? I have the
finish.
chills.
I definitely
look
got
at that.
the
I got the
chills.
goosebumps.
I really did too.
This broadcast of Merced College football is brought to you by Merced College, Dignity Health, Golden Valley Health Centers, and the NCSTV Summer Basketball Camp.
What's your favorite part of this camp so far?
My favorite part is meeting new people, such as teammates and old friends that came earlier.
I really like the one-on-one training. The coaches really tried to get like the connections with the kids during the camp, so I think that was a really good part of it.
I liked the drills, the ball handling drills, and shooting drills.
I think, you know, one thing that's very underrated here at the camp was like meeting new people, because I thought there was going to be like very little people here from all around here, but there's people from Oakland, there's people from Atascadero, way far, and you know, just got to meet new people. I really liked it. I was enjoying it. It was fun.
This broadcast of Merced College football is brought to you by Merced College, Dignity Health, Golden Valley Health Centers, and the NCSTV Summer Basketball Camp.
How was camp for you, Blake?
It was really fun.
Yeah. What was your favorite part of NorCal Sports TV's summer basketball camp?
The atmosphere. Just being out here, feeling close to nature. Like, I woke up in the morning from getting my award for the 6 a.m. practices. I woke up in the morning, I saw 3 deer just pass by. I got a video. It was really cool. And I love the atmosphere. I love the coaches. I love everybody here. Everybody's here to get better. Everybody's here to have fun. And, you know, I like the competitiveness as well. So.
This broadcast of Merced College football is brought to you by Merced College, Dignity Health, Golden Valley Health Centers, and the NCSTV Summer Basketball Camp.
My favorite part was just competing and meeting new people. You know, I'm always with my team, like practicing in high school, so it was good to come out and meet new people and play against them and get and meet some college coaches.
And the dribbling with the Sacramento Kings coach, that was really fun. Meeting new people, making new friends. The games, I love playing games, yeah.
Just to be able to practice on my moves.
My favorite part of camp is meeting new people. I've made a lot of friends so far. It's a real great experience here.
Bit too powerful. 1 second, has another shot, puts it up to end the game. Nails the three.
The crowd
Here is
goes
Shiner
wild.
for 3. Yes, look at this. Everyone coming over to congratulate.
Literally, ball in the air as the buzzer went off.
Do you have the chills? I have the
finish.
chills.
I definitely
look
got
at that.
the
I got the
chills.
goosebumps.
I really did too.
This broadcast of Merced College football is brought to you by Merced College, Dignity Health, Golden Valley Health Centers, and the NCSTV Summer Basketball Camp.
NorCal Sports TV live from Merced College, 14-14 at the half. Both teams, they're pretty close to scoring a lot more than what they did, but 2 touchdowns apiece. I'm Levi Flores along with Justin Flores, and still plenty of time left in the second half for one of these teams to take the win. But for now, let's take a look at what they did in the first half.
And he was close to even getting past the line of scrimmage, too. Almost the illegal throw. After going 11 plays, Merced then responded with a touchdown themselves, 7 plays, 63 yards. And then it was back and forth, Merced scoring on their third drive, 16 plays, 97 yards to eventually go up 14-7. Both teams putting up big numbers in the air, on the ground, runners. Big runs there for Merced, picking up big yardages. Defensively, Merced was able to stop Hartnell quite often. But big throws by Kraft inside there. Morales, as you see him running inside the 20, getting into the red zone, making some big moves. Merced has, when they first came out on their first possession and then their second possession scoring, I mean, their first 2 possessions were touchdowns. And a couple of punts by Hartnell. Even Merced going with a punt fake deep inside their own end zone, keeping the ball, eventually coughing it up on an interception. Of course, again, both teams having the ball 6 total times in the first half, both teams scoring twice. It was Hartnell late in the second quarter going 7 plays, 78 yards to eventually tie it up. And then, of course, both teams going back and forth, punts, interception, finally going into the half. But as you see, the plays and the recaps here, as our producer Joseph has put together some of the highlights here, passing game has been strong. Game's been a little slow because of the passing game with the interceptions and missed passes, incomplete.
First quarter went by really fast. One touchdown apiece, although the second quarter was, is very slow, like you were saying, a lot of incomplete passes. But the passing game has been strong for both teams. Merced has 133 passing yards to the Hartnell 227. We knew it was going to be a big passing game before we started for Hartnell, but we didn't know how big, and 227 yards is what a lot of teams get in an entire game, let alone a first half for Hartnell. The rushing game, which we assumed would be very big for Merced, wasn't. 78 yards alone in the first half. And when you look at their season, their most rushing yards for a season ever was in 1994 for 2,582 yards. And they are now only 313 yards away from that. It probably won't happen in the second half of this game, but if they do get a bowl game, there is a chance for them to beat their rushing record all time. And most of that is thanks to Justin Incomprera, who has 1,048 on the season, leading all rushers for Merced.
Presley has had a nice running game tonight, as you see him punching it in for a touchdown there. And it could be Presley and Incomprera if they knew they needed to go 300 yards total in the second half to possibly do it. Who knows what kind of game we're going to see from both teams coming out here, as both teams have been striking in the air. That Juan Pablo there from Hartnell just is able to find his receivers. If they're going to be open, if their hands are up, he's going to try to get it there, and most of the time he's pretty accurate. There's one of his big plays there, and one of the drives that they had in which he actually ran for it as he flanked Flores out to the side. And if I'm not mistaken, this is going to be the play where he's going to just kind of pitch it out to Flores, who then turns around, chucks it downfield for that touchdown that ended up tying it up late in the second quarter.
We may not see that rushing record broken today, but what we will see for the entire season, their most points for a season average is 33.5, and that was also back in 1994, which was a big year for the Merced College Blue Devils, but 37.3 points on average per game so far, and it's all up to this one to just put that over that 33.5 mark, and that's the one season average points scored.
Yeah, don't look at their record just because they've lost those few games. They could easily be walking in here undefeated, or at least with that first loss. All the games that they have lost have been really close. So Merced is having one crazy wild season, and with 2 quarters of the regular season still to go, we're looking forward to the second half here next.
My favorite part was just competing and meeting new people. I'm always with my team, like practicing in high school. So it was good to come out and meet new people and play against them and and meet some college coaches.
And the dribbling with the Sacramento Kings coach, that was really fun. Meeting new people, making new friends. The games, I love playing games, yeah.
Just to be able to practice on my moves.
My favorite part of camp is meeting new people. I've made a lot of friends so far. It's a real great experience here.
Bit too powerful. 1 second, has another shot, puts it up to end the game, nails the three.
The crowd
Here is
goes
Shiner
wild.
for three. Yes, look at this. Everyone coming over to congratulate.
Literally, ball in the air as the buzzer went off.
Do you have the chills? I have the chills.
I definitely
look
got
at that.
the
I got the
chills.
goosebumps.
I really did too.
This broadcast of Merced College football is brought to you by Merced College, Dignity Health, Golden Valley Health Centers, and the NCSTV Summer Basketball Camp.
What's your favorite part of this camp so far?
My favorite part is meeting new people, such as teammates and old friends that came earlier.
I really like the one-on-one training. The coaches really tried to get like the connections with the kids during the camp, so I think that was a really good part of it.
I liked the drills, the ball handling drills, and shooting drills.
I think, one thing that's very underrated here at the camp was like meeting new people, because personally I thought there was going to be like very little people here from all around here, but there's people from Oakland, there's people from Atascadero, way far, and just got to meet new people. I really liked it. I was enjoying it. It was really fun.
This broadcast of Merced College football is brought to you by Merced College. Dignity Health.
14-14 at Merced College. Still 30 minutes left to play as Merced will receive the second half kickoff.
Been a fun afternoon. Looking forward to this one as both these teams wrap up their regular season tonight. Both teams jockeying for position to possibly play in the extended season. Merced coming in with the better record. 2-1 in the league, I guess what you would say. Hartnell 1-2, wanting to equalize that. And it was definitely a battle in the first half, even a battle of interceptions and fumbles.
Levi Flores and Justin Flores bringing you all the action at Don Odeshu Field as we see Isaiah Hidalgo taking back the second half kick return past the 30, plenty of yardage, and a good start for Merced.
Man, he got that ball just from inside the 1 and was able to take that thing across the 30. So there's some yardage and great field position here to start the second half and to continue on what they were doing in the first half.
During the half, we had the first half highlights, and we mentioned the rushing yards to passing yards. Merced 78 rushing yards, 133 passing yards to the Hartnell 34 rushing yards to 227 passing yards. We're going to see if Merced can go back to their rushing game, which is very high, and their stats as we see Romello Presley bust through the line for about 8 yards. So it does look like their rushing game might come back and result to their default settings, which is rushing.
Yeah, and we'll see, of course, if there were any adjustments made. We did have a first half scare of Kraft coming out for a play or two after a possible injury. It looked like it was his left ankle. He came back in, and now it doesn't even look like he even went through any kind of traumatic thing because he's not even limping.
Quarterback keeper, and Kraft hits the ground for a loss of 1.
Most of the defenders thought what I did, that it was Presley with the ball. A couple of those guys who didn't and knew that it was Kraft with the ball, wisely able to stop him, causing a loss of a yard.
Third and short for Merced. They'll put their options out on the wings again, trying to get the defense to jump. They have 12 first downs on the day. Looking to get their 13th here. Kraft and pass deflected, incomplete, 4th down, a 3 and out for Merced.
And no flag thrown as the runner was there, tied up with the defender, but nothing doing. So Merced's first possession here in the second half. Do they end up going for it? Do they kick it? They're kind of in midfield, only 3 yards to go, but the kicking team is coming out. But we did see either a high snap and an intentional fake punt, or it was a last minute, the ball's too high, I can't do anything with this, I'm going to have to run with it, and Dasani Tate ended up taking it for 20-plus yards and a first down.
He has 2 punts for 34.5 yards apiece, and Hartnell will have those 2 returners back deep again. A very good punt that time, which will find its way down inside the 15 and roll towards the goal line to the 5. And so Hartnell lets it go, and Dasani Tate pins it at the 5.
Yeah, nice hang time. It gave the team enough time to get down there, put enough pressure on the kick returner to move out of the way, although he didn't really move too far out of the way. He stayed in the mix. Deep field position for Hartnell here. And Merced's defense, if they do what they were doing in the first half, they were keeping an eye on these guys and forcing a few 3-and-outs and punt and really putting some pressure on the quarterback and Flores, the running back.
Dasani Tate, who averages 34.5 yards per punt, pins that one 50-plus yards. which is very good. And the first time we actually see Hartnell close to the goal line. So we'll see what Merced can do, try to get Pablo Garcia, who's a very heavily passer, if their pass rushers can bust through the line and get him down even closer or in the end zone for a safety. Flores runs, and he's stopped before the line of scrimmage, a loss of 1. So he's finally taken down in the end zone, but once again, stop of forward momentum just shy of the line of scrimmage.
Merced comes out with only 4 down linemen and ended up putting the pressure on that running opportunity there of Hartnell. I really thought that Garcia was going to chuck that thing downfield, but he never. I mean, the play was designed, intended for Flores to run with it. And the 4 down linemen for Merced and the linebackers and the rest of the defense held in their positions. They were able to make good work and even cause the 1-yard loss.
He'll look to throw now. Merced defense trying to find their way to him. Caught and down just shy of the first down markers. 3rd and short. Hartnell able to get away from some trouble.
Linebacker Nate Ruiz, 6'1", 210, out of Buhack Colony High School in Atwater, just behind the intended receiver there. He was waiting for him to come out, and then that receiver took that turn, and Ruiz found himself behind the receiver and that nice little flat pass, and that's what's been the bread and butter for the Hartnell Panthers, that mid-range pass getting into those linebacker territories. Even though everybody stayed in position, just not quite enough as they were able to find that man and pick up those yards.
3rd and inches, Garcia resulting to a pass. And way over the head, no flags, incomplete, 4th and inches.
Well, again, Garcia was looking to his right and looking for that intended receiver, but in the middle where the linebackers were, and he had a player there just 5 yards deep who he could have probably pitched it out to, but he wasn't looking for that. That wasn't an option on that play. Well designed, but not executed well, and Merced's defense was able to put the kibosh, and so now Hartnell, a quick 3-and-out, has to punt. 1 possession apiece for each team, 3-and-outs for each of them.
Hidalgo at midfield, a high snap, but Hartnell going to get it away. Bounce at the 40, a Panther bounce into Merced territory at the 42, and that's where Merced will start. Back to some of the first half stats, talking about the passing yards again. So Hartnell had 12 pass completions. That's it for those 227 yards, 22 attempts, which is unbelievable. I don't want to do the math in my head, but you can assume, what is that, at least 10 yards per pass completion.
Yeah, probably close to 20 almost.
And then for Merced side, they had 9 pass completions out of 19 attempts for 133 yards. So that's nearly, 14
10,
yards?
15 yards, yep.
Betancourt back in the game for the Blue Devils. Pass to Incomprera complete, but a loss of 5.
So Hartnell's defense comes out and sniffs out a little something there, and Merced now finds themselves 2nd down and deep in mid-territory here for their second possession of the second half.
We've seen this throughout the season where Betancourt, he goes out there for one drive, but then he goes back out and Kraft is in. Whether this is because of Kraft's first half injury or not, he's out there controlling the team for the second drive in the second half. Incomprera pushing down defenders. Close to the first, down at midfield.
Man, when you got a runner who's going to take a handoff, when you got a defense who's bringing the heat, linebackers were coming in, blitz was on, and he was still able to pick up 9+ yards. That's a wonderful play, and we're setting good breathing room. It is 3rd down, but it's 3rd down and short, and they could simply do that again and probably get in there. And I like the fact that they have a freshman quarterback that they can have confidence in to go in, even this late in the season, who can actually take snaps.
Evans in motion. Gets the handoff, the first and more, staying on the feet to the 40, a 10-yard gain.
Nice run, that young man there, number 9, DeMondre Evans. He's got speed, and he was trying to get to the outside. He just cut back inside, and even on that open field tackle there, or the man-on-man tackle, he almost got past even that one. Man, his legs were moving quick.
Moving the chains now to the 40. Five minutes off the clock in the second half, and Cabrera with a run for 3.
All right, just a simple run. Let's see if we can get past the line. And a couple yards. Betancourt getting the calls from the coaches. They're still on the hurry-up offense, not taking too much time. Linemen already getting ready as Betancourt still listening and watching. Now spitting out the order, so 2nd down and 8 for Merced.
Moves Incomprera to the right side. Pass to the flat. It's Incomprera. He gets back to the original line.
Not a lot doing. Hartnell sniffed that one out right away as he was going out into that wing. And Betancourt didn't hesitate, just turned and threw it. The entire Panther defense was moving in that direction. Everybody stayed in position and keyed in. Once Incomprera had it, they didn't hesitate.
3rd and long for Merced. It's Betancourt still. Gets the defense to jump. There's the snap, and the flag's coming out.
Well, I wonder why they stopped the play. You would have thought it would have been a free play for Merced here if it was encroachment.
And they're going to say it was a false start, so that's an offensive penalty 5 yards back.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate one. There hasn't been too many penalties here today. A lot of the turnovers have been on fumble recoveries, interceptions, 3s and outs, punts, turnovers, coughing up the ball. A couple of personal fouls, one unsportsmanlike. Merced can't let that one get inside their head here, though.
3rd and further as a pass to Evans finds itself complete, but taken down at the line of scrimmage, so 4th down once again.
Betancourt dumped that one so quick. Evans never quite had an opportunity to turn up field, but rather trying to weasel past a couple of defenders before trying to turn up and nothing doing. So special teams comes out to punt it away.
Tate put the ball inside the 5 on his last punt. And this one nearly blocked. It's going to be short, bouncing at the 18. And down at the 11. So another ball placed down inside the 15-yard line for Hartnell. And they had it wasn't quite a 3-and-out last time. They got the 1 first down, but had to punt it away.
Slow start to the second half, yet both teams now will have, Merced's had it twice in punting, and Hartnell's had it twice and had to punt. And both teams are moving quick. You notice that? Both teams are getting set up and prepared to play offensively.
Another pass to the right side completed. Had to stretch out for that one, but gets it in the hands.
Yeah, if it wasn't for his height and the extra reach, that one would have easily been right over his head, but 5 yards on first down with that quick pass.
Hartnell never in a huddle. They're always looking at the sideline for the play call from the coach, and everyone just has to go off what they see alone from the coach as they flick it out to Flores. Breaks 1, 2, and down near the first down marker once again.
Garcia, the quarterback, did his job pretending to run with it, got them to bite, and then using that quarterback option, flipped to Flores for 5 yards.
You got to wonder at some point how many mistakes are made because somebody reads the coach's signal wrong.
Or doesn't quite hear it. It's why it's the quarterback's job to turn around and reiterate it and yell off to the team what they're up to.
Pablo Garcia stays in the pocket in a bad pass. Merced was trying to get there. Rodney Windsor was the corner on the intended receiver, and he actually dropped away from the receiver to try to get it, but such a hard pass. And
this is the third play of the drive, 3rd down and 8. And you'll notice it's Ryan Kraft at the helm, the starting quarterback, taking the snaps for the Blue Devils.
And he is dropped down at the 6-yard line. Another big stop by the Panthers, which will force Merced to punt it away. Last time they were in this position that was near their own end zone, they had to punt. It was a high snap, nearly went back for a safety, and Dasani Tate was able to get away from the defense and gain a first down. So we'll see what Merced can do here. Of course, they don't want to go for it and lose the ball to Hartnell within the red zone. Although if it does result in that, hopefully Dasani Tate can go away.
You're going to have to give it up to both defenses of both teams here because both defenses have stopped the opposing offense over and over and over. It's been Merced, Hartnell, and now Merced again having to punt it away on their third possession of the second half, and it's in the third quarter.
That one definitely got away. They had 4 blockers for Tate as that one enters Hartnell territory at the 49. 2 minutes, 13 seconds left in the third quarter. Still a tie game. No score in the second half so far, which is very surprising. The very beginning first quarter, we thought it would be somewhere in the 20s at the half, but it stopped at 14-14 in the second quarter, and we haven't seen anything yet.
It's becoming a chess match between the coaches as far as what plays to run to try to surprise the opposing defense. It has been a defensive game when you really look at it. Offensively, there have been some great opportunities, but there's been few penalties. I mean, we finally had one pass interference call against Merced on the last drive for Hartnell. But other than that, it's just been, let's just play some football here today. And it's been all defensive stances for each team. Now, here's another one right here.
Helmet came off of a Merced player. That's Nate Ruiz, and he'll have to go out for a play because of that. 1 yard gain for Flores on that carry. Tonight on NorCal Sports TV, the College of Sequoias take on Modesto Junior College. You can join Chris Babcock on that broadcast tonight at 6.
Winter sports programs are starting up, NorCalSportsTV.com. You'll be able to catch Columbia College basketball, among other sports. Girls volleyball's wrapping up. You may catch a volleyball game here and there as they head into the postseason, but basketball season is here, NorCalSportsTV.com. It's free. You might want to bookmark it today.
Pablo Garcia, plenty of time. Flick pass, gets the first and the reception.
Plenty of time, and if you give a guy that size with a throw with an arm like that, he's going to find a man eventually. Padilla on the tackle for Merced. But they're giving him those middle passes. He's had those passes all afternoon. If he gets a man there, he can put it in his hands. Merced's defense has been exposed from a linebacker standpoint so often here today that it is those mid passes that they are really getting away with here today.
Trips to the right side, and Flores told something to the lone receiver on the bottom of your screen as Pablo Garcia will play action over the middle. Empty field for him as he gets plenty of room to the 25.
Right in the midsection, they're giving that to him. Linebacker bites. Player running right there. I mean, this was a play that was designed for this exact thing. Look left, fake the handoff immediately. I mean, there wasn't even a step. It was take the snap, look, throw.
Merced had that zone defense, which just left the middle of the field open.
This is a team that you can't leave any part of the field open with an arm of quarterback like this.
A beautiful handoff making his way left side. It's Flores to the 15, which is about the point where they need to be for a first down, but it was play action. He faked the pass, then handed it off, and that'll end the third quarter 14-14 as Hartnell is knocking at the door inside the red zone. You're watching Merced College football on NorCal Sports TV.
My favorite part was just competing and meeting new people. You know, I'm always with my team, like practicing in high school, so it was good to come out and meet new people and play against them and get and meet some college coaches.
And the dribbling with the Sacramento Kings coach, that was really fun. Meeting new people, making new friends. The games, I love playing games. Yeah.
Just to be able to practice on my moves.
My favorite part of camp is meeting new people. I've made a lot of friends so far. It's a real great experience here.
Bit too powerful. 1 second, has another shot, puts it up to end the game. Nails the 3.
The crowd
Here is
goes
Shiner
wild.
for 3. Yes, look at this. Everyone coming over to congratulate.
Literally, ball in the air as the buzzer went off.
Do you have the chills? I have the chills.
I definitely
Look
got
at that.
the
I got the
chills.
goosebumps.
I really did too.
A scoreless third quarter as Hartnell knocking at the door, 2nd and 1 at the 15-yard line. Inside the red zone, which they're 100% on scoring when they are inside that red zone. So look for any possible option. If you're the Panthers, Pablo Garcia in the gun with 4 receivers out.
Trying to draw the offsides with a long hard count. Didn't work.
Looking one-on-one coverage. It's caught, and it's the same play from the first score as the Panthers score again.
In the same spot. Almost identical, except this time it's from the 15, not the 19. It's like that is Garcia's range. That's his play, and that receiver just has to do a jump ball because he himself is also tall. That is twice today. Again, Hartnell, their opening drive, did the exact same thing.
And it was Alfonso Gary on the coverage. I don't know how they get away with it. If the receiver has a little hesitation or they cut back a little sooner, you see a little push to an extension of the arm. But 6 more points on the board for Hartnell, putting them up 20-14 as a Merced player is down in the end zone, getting worked on by a trainer. 2014 on NorCal Sports TV. Alfonso Gary was the injured Merced player. He was the corner to the receiver who ended up scoring. And Hartnell, who is now up by 6, looking to tack on the extra point to make it 7.
Hartnell surprising the Blue Devils here today, leaving it all out on the field for the final game of the season. Although there's a lot of game time left for Merced to equalize this, they don't only want to do that, they want to also take the lead.
6 seconds into the fourth quarter, the lone play in the fourth quarter so far being the one that scores for the Panthers. Nearly blocked, but the extra point through the uprights, 21-14. 14 minutes, 54 seconds left to go in this one.
This broadcast of Merced College football is brought to you by Merced College, Dignity Health, Golden Valley Health Centers, and the NCSTV Summer Basketball Camp.
NorCal Sports TV live from Merced College. I'm Levi Flores along with Justin Flores. In the first score in the second half, the lone score, and it was 6 plays, 57 yards for the Hartnell Panthers.
Each team having the ball 3 times in the third quarter, although Hartnell took 6 seconds of the fourth quarter to do it. But here it is now, Merced going to get the ball for the 4th time in the second half after only playing 1 quarter of the second half. And now their back is against the wall.
Hidalgo receives the kick, makes his way left side, tries hurdling down at the 35. Another good starting field position for the Blue Devils as a flag flies late after the play was over.
Yeah, nice run, 25-plus yards it looks like, or about 25 yards on the run. On the kick return for Merced, and a little bit of work in front of them, but they need to strike quick, equalize this thing, then get the ball back to try to win.
This may be a penalty on Merced, unsportsmanlike conduct after the play, but we'll see who they pin it on.
We've had one unsportsmanlike personal foul earlier, and there it is against Merced.
So that's a 15-yard penalty and it happened after the play, so 15 yards from the spot, which will put them all the way back at the 20.
It's only been less than 5 penalties the entire game. I haven't quite paid attention, but I know all of them has pretty much been against Merced, except for one against Hartnell. Even the false starts against Merced.
Kraft takes a snap, rolling to the right side. Plenty of time, but can't get it off. And there it is, deep in and out of the hands. An offensive, defensive play for Dasani Tate.
Very risky pass on behalf of Kraft, who just wanted to get rid of it, but he threw it in a field play, enough time for the secondary to come running in.
Looked like he was maybe trying to just reach the sideline with the throw, but couldn't quite get it there, which made it an option for Dasani Tate, but also made it an option for the defense to get an interception as Romello Presley finds 3 yards.
I mean, we got 7 defenders rushing in, watching for this play right here.
And now a Hartnell Panther down on the field injured. A few injuries, and it's not looking good here either. 21-14, and we're only 33 seconds into the fourth quarter.
How was camp for you, Blake?
It was really fun.
Yeah. What was your favorite part of NorCal Sports TV's summer basketball camp?
The atmosphere. Just being out here, feeling close to nature. Like, I woke up in the morning from getting my award for the 6 a.m. practices. I woke up in the morning, I saw 3 deer just pass by. I got a video. It was really cool. And I love the atmosphere. I love the coaches. I love everybody here. Everybody's here to get better. Everybody's here to have fun. And, you know, I like the competitiveness as well, so.
This broadcast of Merced College football is brought to you by Merced College, Dignity Health, Golden Valley Health Centers, and the NCS TV Summer Basketball Camp.
Tonight on NorCal Sports TV, it's College of Sequoias against Modesto Junior College. JUCO football, don't want to miss it, 6 o'clock tonight. Ryan Kraft trying to find Evans, leading the receiver a little bit too much.
Right now, Hartnell linebackers are rushing in. They're sending 6 players in on the rush. Linemen can't contain him. Kraft's throws just can't get there. That was the perfect defensive stance for an offensive play for Merced there, and that one just an unfortunate turn of events, and they're going to have to punt it away after going 3 and out.
Merced won't have a lot more options to try to score. Already in the fourth quarter, down by 1 possession. Another high snap over the head of Dasani Tate, and he can't get to it. Hartnell picks it up inside the 5, down exactly at the goal line. First and goal for the Hartnell Panthers. Another bad snap from the long snapper.
Things are seeming to go unraveling for the Blue Devils, and Hartnell now a chance to double their score after both teams bottlenecked at 14 heading into the second half. And Hartnell all of a sudden waking up, and this could very well put Merced in a very peculiar position where if they don't battle back here in the last quarter and make some real big moves, they could be finishing off the season tied with Hartnell at 2-2 in league play.
First and goal at the 1. And this is a new formation as we see a handoff and a loss, and the ball's out on the ground. Hartnell able to jump on it, but not sure if he actually got full possession. Referee still there looking to see who has it.
They're calling Merced ball here.
And finally the umpire is saying that Hartnell kept it, but it's down at the 10. So Merced able to make the stop and a loss of 9 yards.
Merced needs to do that 2 more times right now. They showed a goal line stance. Defense, we're tough. You're not going anywhere, buddy. 7-yard loss.
It was a very, very quick play. They came up to the line, and Pablo Garcia took the snap, but Merced somehow able to find their way to the backfield, punched the ball out, and here they go again, passing, looking that left side, and overthrown once again.
Good pass coverage. One more play to go. Merced defense really needs to hold him here.
They're still perfect on those red zone touchdowns, and this could be the first time in the season in conference, and it's up to the Merced defense to stop them. They're playing off that right hash where they can't really find the one-on-one coverage off the left side, but there is one receiver playing off, or there's one corner, playing off of the receiver on that left side. But Flores finds a big wide open hole. Touchdown, Hartnell. 2-possession game now.
8-yard TD run, and Hartnell remains perfect on the season in the red zone.
Two touchdowns within a minute 45. And now a 2-possession game. We've seen crazier happen if Merced can come back. Haro to make it 28. And, yep, it's good. 28-14, 13 minutes left on NorCal Sports TV.
My favorite part was just competing and meeting new people. You know, I'm always with my team, like practicing in high school. So it was good to come out and meet new people and play against them and and meet some college coaches.
And the dribbling with the Sacramento Kings coach, that was really fun. Meeting new people, making new friends. The games, I love playing games, yeah.
Just to be able to practice on my moves.
My favorite part of camp is meeting new people. I've made a lot of friends so far. It's a real great experience here.
Bit too powerful. 1 second. Has another shot. Puts it up to end the game. Nails the three.
The crowd
Here is
goes
Shiner
wild.
for three. Yes, look at this. Everyone coming over to congratulate.
Literally, ball in the air as the buzzer went off.
Do you have the chills?
Beautiful
I have the
finish.
chills.
I definitely
Look
got
at that.
the
I got
chills.
the. As the Hartnell Panthers take a 2-possession lead over the Merced College Blue Devils, we want to go back to September 25th when Feather River traveled to Merced, faced off against the Blue Devils. Merced was up 31-10 with 5 minutes 11 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Feather River won that game. They went 3 possessions straight scoring. Ended up winning by 1 as DeMondre Evans takes it back to the 40. For Merced, another great starting field position, but this time let's hope they keep their hands to themselves and not get a personal foul.
Absolutely. They can run the ball. They can throw the ball. Merced can do this with 13 minutes to go, down 2 touchdowns here. I mean, Hartnell in the last 2 possessions has just exploded out here. In the second half, both teams were going back and forth. Punt, 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 and then Hartnell scores, and then Merced punts. Hartnell receives a long snap, recovering at the 1, 3 plays later scores, and that's where we stand, 28-14, and now Merced from their 40 need to make quick work here.
And it's Jacob Betancourt at the helm. Fakes the pass to the right side, gets it to Tate with a block from the offensive lineman, number 72, Aristido Prado.
Wonderful play. I love how he came out because you know who that is? Jeremy Hurtado's offensive lineman. They say, get on out there, block for your guy, give him some room. And Prado out of Golden Valley High School in Merced, 6'4", 340 pounds, using just about all of it to create that screen that allowed the runner to get a few extra yards.
It's called the bubble screen. I'm not sure if that was actually designed for Prado to come all the way out from the line to the edge as Hidalgo finds a big hole for a first. Going back to that last play, the bubble screen, Dasani Tate wide open, and for a lineman to go all the way out there to make the block is absolutely incredible and made the way for Dasani Tate to get those yards.
Wonderful display of athleticism for sure.
And a timeout called as Merced quickly making their way down the field. 28-14, NorCal Sports TV. First and 10 here is Jacob Betancourt throwing, blocked by the defensive lineman, number 50. That is Mike Smith with the stop.
Getting a hand on it. Merced starting from their own 40 now on the fourth play of the drive coming up. Find themselves at the Hartnell 43, down by 2 touchdowns, and they need to strike quick here so they can get the ball back to try to equalize this thing. As you mentioned, Feather River stepped into Merced, down by 21, ended up beating Merced 20 by 21 or by 1 a few weeks back.
Betancourt was in some trouble, completes the pass for a gain of 4.
Wow.
I do not know how he got that off, and I don't know how it was caught, but it happened. 3rd and 6 now for Merced.
I think Hidalgo knew that people were going to question whether or not he caught it. He had to stand there for a second, hold it up, saying, yes, I really do have the ball, Virginia. I really do have the ball.
They give him the yards, and it's Betancourt in the gun with 4 options on the wings. A deep pass looking for Evans. It's caught at the 20, the 10. Touchdown, Merced! Jacob Betancourt finding DeMondre Evans, the number 2 receiver for the Blue Devils.
Well, we said they were going to have to strike quick, strike fast, and then get the ball back. Well, okay. They struck quick and fast. It took them having to go down by 2 touchdowns to put the fire in their belly to get the ball moving. And whatever happened at timeout, whatever coach said, it worked.
28-20. And it's the big 36 Pisa for the extra point. It's high, it's up, and it's good. 28-21. 11 and a half remaining. Merced back within a possession on NorCal Sports TV.
What's your favorite part of this camp so far?
My favorite part is meeting new people, such as teammates and old friends that came earlier.
I really like the one-on-one training. The coaches really tried to get like the connections with the kids during the camp, so I think that was a really good part of it.
I liked the drills, the ball handling drills, and shooting drills.
I think, one thing that's very underrated here at the camp was like meeting new people, because I thought there was going to be like very little people here from all around here, but there's people from Oakland, there's people from Atascadero, way far, and just got to meet new people. I really liked it. I was enjoying it. It was fun.
Betancourt found Evans for the touchdown, making it a 1-possession game as the Blue Devils will kick off to Hartnell with 11 and a half remaining. Received at the 20. Taking it back, cutting the field to the 35, and that's where Hartnell will start this drive.
I think Merced had the ball for just about 3 minutes total game time or something like that. 5 plays, 60 yards, starting from their 40 to strike. Now down by a touchdown. Defense is going to have to step up. They've got the momentum right now. They got the hometown crowd all fired up. You can see the belly in their eyes, and they have forced some 3-and-outs on Hartnell. I mean, up until the fact that Hartnell scored 2 possessions in a row and took a 2-touchdown lead, they were literally going back and forth, back and forth.
It's now the defense's turn to make a stop on Hartnell. It's not just an offensive game. It has to be done on both sides of the ball, as we see Pablo Garcia back in the gun, handing it off to Flores, who gains 3 yards. Rushing game not very strong in the first place, but able to get a few yards on a carry is pretty good against the Merced College defense.
They're going to want to do some things that are going to keep the clock running, and one of the things you can do with keeping the clock running is try your running game. And we know that they've had some success running, but Merced has really been keying in on the running game. They'd like to get at least another 2 or 3 yards on first down on a running game to give them some options. But at some point here, Garcia is going to have to throw the ball and watch the middle of the field stuff, because 7-yard stuff, that's his bread and butter passing.
Defense in the dime, another handoff, and this time for a loss of 1.
Cody Chapman, real quick there, the linebacker, 5'11", 190 out of Merced High School, quick on the stop, and now it's 3rd and 7. So Merced's defense, 3rd down defense. They just need to step up, pay attention, and watch the midfield passes.
I think what Hartnell is trying to do is use the run game now, take some time off the clock so that the plays doesn't stop if they throw an incomplete pass, which is working. The time is down to 10 minutes, 8 seconds, where it just 2 plays ago is at 11:30 when Merced scored. So it is working for Hartnell, but it's 3rd down and 7, which they do need the first to keep themselves alive. Pass is caught for the first and taken down at the 49, and they stay alive for another possession.
Garcia in the backfield under some pressure. Looked up, saw his man, and just chucked that thing. Moving to his left, throwing right. Man, when you're able to get a first down like that and get those 10-yard passes, I mean, that's just going to – I mean, you just eat it away. That's why some of their drives have been 11, 12 yards. Taking their time, and they're going to take every second now of the game clock that they can.
Here's another pass, and it is caught for 10 yards. It was tipped up by the receiver, able to hold on to it, but he goes out of bounds, which stops the clock and kind of ruins their game plan.
Yeah, just a little bit. I think they're excited they even caught the ball. I mean, you're just seeing right now momentum shift once again.
We've seen interceptions. We've seen fumbles from both teams, and now's the best time for Merced to force one of those.
Anything's possible, right? We've seen just about anything this entire season on this field. Whether going in Merced's favor or another team's favor, we've seen it all.
And the clock continues to run, even though he went out of bounds with the reception. Another pass left side, staying in bounds. And a gain of 5.
If he's not careful, Rodney Windsor, number 5 for Merced, is going to get called for a taunting as he flexed his muscles and showed the Hartnell sidelines his bravado.
Back in the gun, a movement on both sides. And with them stopping the play, it's going to be a false start. A loss of 5, 2nd and 10 now.
Yeah, they got the Merced defense to jump, but it was offense who jumped first out there. It was the left tackle, if I'm not mistaken, who jumped first. Yeah, big defensive stop here for Merced. They need this one. 5 plays on the drive currently. Hartnell started from their 37.
3.5 minutes off the clock, 8 minutes and counting now. 2nd and 10 from the 40. Here is Pablo Garcia. Throwing. Merced lineman going in deep, and 2 players hitting the deck. The wide receiver for Hartnell taking down the defender, which could honestly be offensive pass interference. Kind of surprised they didn't call it, as both of them hit the deck very early.
Well, the coaches next to us are going absolutely bananas, and I at first I saw the whole thing when it was going on, and I thought, wow, the referees have allowed a lot of game play here today, and a lot of things
on the replay there. You saw the Hartnell receiver hit the deck, and he actually tripped up on purpose the corner. So yes, that should have been offensive pass interference. But like you were saying, they've let a lot of things go, and that's something that shouldn't have been let go, because Merced could have easily got the ball back. Pass over the top, incomplete.
I'd also like to point out that early on in the game, we lost one of the officiating staff, and so he is back in the game now, but he's really being careful and gingerly walking on his foot from the injury that he took. And so it could be that just some of the eyes of the officiating staff are watching for other things and missing that. So 4th down, Hartnell's going to have to punt it away. Merced has plenty of time to try to equalize this game. And get this thing tied up.
Hidalgo at the 10 to return, and punting from the 45 is Hartnell. There's the snap and the punt. Merced couldn't get there. It's a nice punt, and Hidalgo almost drops it, receives well, and that will be at the 15-yard line.
Another risky catch, but he was able to hold on to it. Merced now with the ball. So Hartnell held on to the ball for 4 minutes of game time, running 8 plays before having to punt it away. Merced doesn't have to doesn't have a lot of time to spend burning off clock time. They're going to want to do what they did last time and get a quick score to try to tie this thing up and then move from there.
And it is Jacob Betancourt once again for his second drive, taking a shot down the left, and it's Choice who catches it, but he was way out of bounds. He was also forced out of bounds by the corner, Deontay Ferguson.
No flag on the play. Obviously just well out of bounds. Not even.
We'll take another look at it. He was obviously out of bounds, and it would have been incatchable if he tried to remain in bounds and do that as well. So a good call by the referees. As it's 2nd and 10 with a stop clock at 7:26. Dasani Tate caught for 5 and more, hurdling over a few players. And a first down.
You know, whenever they do throw to Tate and he gets the ball in his hand, he is fun to watch. And he'll do just about anything he can to stay infield and on his feet and not letting his knee touch. And right now with the man-on-man coverage back here, I'm not sure the defender can actually hold on to him. And right now, one of the biggest things that Merced can do is throw it to Tate. Look at this, one-on-one out here on the left side. Look his way.
Looking deep right side, DeMondre Evans. It's caught and inside Hartnell territory.
Evans, too, a fast runner, was able to beat the defender. So right now the Merced air game, whether it's Tate or Evans, whether it's left or right, doesn't matter. Right now things are moving well for the Blue Devils.
Move the chains down to the 46-yard line.
39 yards on 3 plays. Not a bad showing. Betancourt, the Blue Devils really making things happen here.
Pitch to Evans as he was in motion, gets over the middle for a gain of 9.
Another fabulous fun run, huh? So entertaining, these guys. And, of course, Coach Jeremy Hurtado's offensive line allowing it to happen by holding off the defensive line.
They're going to give him 8 on that one. 2 plays for DeMondre Evans in a row. And they will go back to the line very quickly as it's Betancourt in the gun. 3 options to the right, 1 to the left. It's Romello Presley. Inside out, gets a big hole for a gain of 7.
Very, very nice run. Very nice series here for Merced.
And a timeout, 28-21, Merced marching down the field on NorCal Sports TV.
This broadcast of Merced College football is brought to you by Merced College, Dignity Health, Golden Valley Health Centers, and the NCSTV Summer Basketball Camp.
First down for Merced, flicks it out to Hidalgo around the outside to the 20, has room to run, the 10, 5, and inside to the 2-yard line. Merced starting at the 31 to the 2, 29 yards for Isaiah Hidalgo.
Blue Devils really waking up here down and trying to get this thing tied up. You just wonder, why were they not playing with such intensity and excitement when they were tied or even had the lead, you know? It's exciting. Don't get me wrong. This is wonderful. I mean, this is what Merced wants to do. I mean, they have the team this year that has just made some things happen.
Romello Presley fighting his way to the end zone. Touchdown, Merced! 1 point away from tying it up, and it's now up to Pisa to make it 28-28.
I mean, they go 7 plays, 85 yards, massive yards being gained in the air and on the ground with big runs, and just about anybody who had the football was making things happening. Now a chance to tie it, like you said, tie it up with still 5 minutes to play here. Now it's going to be up to Merced's defense to hold on to that energy and really make things happen, because what we've seen Hartnell do offensively is be able to march it downfield just the same. also had quite a bit of injuries and a lot of players getting hurt here late in the season. That's just letting you know how hard they are actually playing out there.
And they're bringing out the 2-point conversion unit to try to take the lead.
With 5 minutes to go, it may not be a bad idea. I love coaches who go for risks like this and say, hey, guys, you're playing your game. Let's give you a chance to take the lead here.
Tate, Evans, and Morales throwing to Brinson. It's caught for the 2-point conversion. No flags. It's all clean. 29-28. And Merced takes the lead.
My goodness. Coach says, guys, it's your game, your plan. Let's see if you can pull it off. And they did. Incredible.
Brinson from the right side of the line. And you see him rolling to the right, moving all momentum to that right side. But Brinson was all alone on the left side of the end zone. A 1-point game, 5 minutes, 23 seconds remain, and Hartnell gets the ball back right after this on NorCal Sports TV.
How was camp for you, Blake?
It was really fun.
Yeah. What was your favorite part of NorCal Sports TV's summer basketball camp?
The atmosphere. Just being out here, feeling close to nature. Like, I woke up in the morning from getting my award for the 6 a.m. practices. I woke up in the morning, I saw 3 deer just pass by. I got a video. It was really cool. And I love the atmosphere. I love the coaches. I love everybody here. Everybody's here to get better. Everybody's here to have fun. And, you know, I like the competitiveness as well, so.
A pass from Betancourt to Mateo Brinson for the 2-point conversion puts the Merced College Blue Devils up by 1, 29-28 with 5 minutes, 23 seconds remaining. And it's up to the Merced defense now to make the stop and get the ball back to try to finish this one off for the final regular season game.
What an exciting ball game we have seen here today. Very entertaining, nail-biting, depending on who you're rooting for. It doesn't matter. It's a nail biter, as they say, and for Merced to go up by 1 here with 5 minutes, trying to pull off a victory after going down by 2 touchdowns here in the fourth quarter. Now it's up to the defense to keep that momentum and that energy going for Merced.
The hometown crowd making noise, get the defense riled up, try to make a big stop here. Juan Pablo Garcia telling the team what to do. It's 1st and 10, 5 minutes, 17 seconds on the clock, and they hand it off to Flores.
He hit the line so fast that he got those first 5 yards before they realized he was actually there. Actually got bent backwards a little bit. Hopefully he's okay. 6 yards on first down on that running play is good, but that's going to keep the clock running. And right now the clock is not Hartnell's friend as it was on their previous drive when they were holding a 28-21 lead.
And they quickly go back. 2nd and 4, a gain of 6 on the run from Flores. Sideline pumping up the crowd, making some noise. It's Pablo Garcia throwing deep down the left side. And it is caught at the 25-yard line. Pablo Garcia finds the open receiver against Rodney Windsor. I don't even know if you can call him open. He was heavily guarded, but somehow able to hold on to it. Taking a look at the replay, bounced off the helmet.
You know, that's just football. That's just, hey, you're heavily guarded. You can't take anything away from Windsor defensively. You got you know, it was just there.
So 1st and 10 from the high red zone. It's the 25. Pablo Garcia looking to throw again. Taken down in the backfield. A loss of 5.
You know, you go from having a massive pass play where you just get these 2 guys and it was just who's going to catch it. Well, it was offense who gets it. And then the very next play, you get that same quarterback hitting the backfield for a 5-yard loss, and the clock continues to run.
2nd and 15 from the 30 now. Defense looking for a stop.
This is all about who wants it more.
Flores. And he stopped at the line too. 3rd and 15. It was play action. Handed it off last second. And another big stop from the Blue Devils defense. 29-28, a timeout from Hartnell, NorCal Sports TV.
My favorite part was just competing and meeting new people. I'm always with my team, like practicing in high school. So it was good to come out and meet new people and play against them and and meet some college coaches.
And the dribbling with the Sacramento Kings coach, that was really fun. Meeting new people, making new friends. The games, I love playing games, yeah.
Just to be able to practice on my moves.
My favorite part of camp is meeting new people. I've made a lot of friends so far. It's a real great experience here.
Bit too powerful. 1 second. Has another shot. Puts it up to end the game. Nails the three.
The crowd
Here is
goes
Shiner
wild.
for three.
Is that Merced's coach?
The noise from the crowd as it's 3rd and 15. A big stop from the Merced defense. 2 plays in a row. And Hartnell having to recuperate. Tell everyone the plays.
Energy has definitely picked up here. Everybody's wide awake. Lights are on at the stadium as it's getting dark early here in the late fall.
Could make or break the game. Pass into the flat. It's caught to the 21, and he stops shy. He needs about 6-7 yards for a fresh set of downs, but once again, it's 4th.
Ivan Curiel, the receiver there, as the clock continues to run with 4th down. The good news for Merced is the fact that it's outside the red zone, where Hartnell is 100% on the season from the red zone scoring. And so stopping him short of the red zone. And that's only, of course, from our view. Merced doesn't care about that right now. Defense just knows they've got one play to stop these guys, and this is it. This will be the game. Hartnell gets a 1st down. They give themselves some breathing room, another chance. Merced stops them. Merced more than likely walks away victorious.
Play action, and it is caught for the 1st down at the 10. No flags out there. Another clean play. Fresh set of downs, and at the 11.
They gave him the midfield position and a fresh set of downs, as you've called it, now from the red zone. Merced needs to break their string of 100% red zone touchdowns right now. If there was a chance that Hartnell would not be able to go perfect on the season from the red zone, Merced is going to be the team to stop them, and this is the game.
Here's Garcia. The snap. Handoff to Flores. Nearly tripped up in the back. Finally taken down at the 12-yard line. Able to stay on his feet for a long time, and finally whistles blue for a stop of forward momentum.
Wisely holding on to the ball, tucking it away, knowing he was not going to get there, but keeping it safe and not coughing it up. Again, the clock continues to run. The Panthers need to do something quick because the clock is not their friend right now.
And Merced calls a timeout with 1 minute, 20 seconds left. Hartnell knocking at the door next. Hartnell's offense takes the field. They are down by 1 minute, 20 seconds left. 2nd and 10 from the 12-yard line. 4 options out there. And here's Pablo Garcia. Quarterback draw, going to take it himself, and the D-line finds him there at the line of scrimmage.
That was the 7th play of the drive, and I'm not sure what happened there, but Garcia of Hartnell just didn't like what he saw and just Pretty much it just looked like he almost just dropped to his knees. He's such a tall fella. It didn't look like he was hit before he fell down. I think he just saw himself in some trouble and wisely held on to it now. So a third down, and again with the clock running, 50 seconds. This will be the 8th play of the drive. Started from their 35 in an attempt to try to win this thing.
Play action, looking left, the defender's there to stop him, and the pass is blocked. Pablo Garcia took a shot, but no flags are out. A very late hit. I'm very surprised there's no roughing the passer on this one. Let's take another look. You see the play action there. Pablo Garcia, he throws, he gets hit, taken down, and the pass blocked by Randy Lozano.
Lozano wants that one back because he needed to catch it to hold on to it, because now what it's done is it's given Hartnell an opportunity to take the lead with 37 seconds left here. 4th down. This is a 30-yard field goal attempt for the Panthers.
They need a hero, and it's Haro, the freshman kicker out of Watsonville, California, to take a 2-point lead with 37 seconds on the clock. Flores holding. It's from the right hash mark. Hometown crowd making noise, trying to stop Haro.
Here it comes. Here it comes. I think they took too long. Either they took too long or coach called a timeout.
And they're going to call Merced with the timeout. They have one remaining and also one remaining for Hartnell. 29-28. Can Haro be the hero on NorCal Sports TV?
What's your favorite part of this camp so far?
My favorite part is meeting new people, such as teammates and old friends that came earlier.
I really like the one-on-one training. The coaches really tried to get like the connections with the kids during the camp, so I think that was a really good part of it.
I liked the drills, the ball handling drills, and shooting drills.
I think, one thing that's very underrated here at the camp was like meeting new people, because I thought there was going to be like very little people.
4th down, game on the line, 37 seconds on the clock. Merced up by 1, but Haro can be the hero, putting them up by 2. Flores, the hold, the kick, it's up, and it's good. A 2-point lead for Hartnell. 31-29, 37 seconds on the clock. Merced will get the ball back, but is it enough time?
Well, we've seen crazier things happen here on this field all season long. Merced has lost some extremely close games, just like this one, but it's not over yet. Let's wait until that little final bell rings, as they say. All it takes is one big, quick return run.
Back deep will be Hidalgo and Evans.
They put the ball on the 19-yard line, making it a 29-yard field goal attempt. And I don't know if you consider that the continuing of the string of scoring from the red zone for Hartnell. It is a field goal. They did score. But up until today, they were at 100% from red zone position, and they were perfect up until that field goal.
At 11 and a half minutes in the 4th quarter, the score is 28-14 in favor of Hartnell. Now, 11 minutes later, it's 31-29 in favor of Hartnell. Merced held the lead for about 2 minutes, but now it's a 2-point lead for the Panthers, getting the ball back. And they will boot it down to Hidalgo. From the 10, he will return. Moves his way down to the 33-yard line where they will place the ball, and they have 30.3 seconds left to try to take the lead and take the victory for the final regular season game.
We saw a couple of long passes in their previous drives that gave them 40-plus yards. All it takes is that pass to Evans beating that cornerback or Dasani Tate. We know both those guys have good hands, fast legs. You've also got Ezra Morales out there who's had some big plays here tonight. So who do you go to? You also got Brinson, the big tight end. You get him open, he's going to be gone as well. A lot of speed, and the hands are out.
It's the freshman quarterback taking the snaps for the final drive. Deep pass left side, caught Inbounds to Sonny Tate at the 49.
There's the hands. I told you, man, he was wide open. They're looking to go long, and right now the defense of Hartnell is also giving Merced the short game, but they didn't see Tate on the left side. He got beyond there and was able to get that ball, and that man-on-man coverage there has not been able to cover Tate this afternoon, and if they don't double up on Tate, you could just keep going to him.
Hidalgo comes out, in goes Incomprera. Betancourt looking to throw again, in trouble, takes it himself. Finding yardage, going towards the sideline, finally pushed out at the line of scrimmage, 2nd and 10.
Wise play by Betancourt, who kept looking up at the same time. Man, he has got the pressure laid on his shoulders as he started to take the snaps after the sophomore quarterback, Ryan Kraft, was taken out in the second half. And right now, Kraft is rooting him on from the sidelines.
Here he is now. It's Betancourt with 17. Over the middle, Mateo Brinson caught at the 15-10. Touchdown, Merced! And they take the lead with 10 seconds remaining. Mateo Brinson, the pass from Betancourt in the sideline of Merced, and the hometown crowd goes wild.
A 48-yard strike. Flags are thrown after the play for excessive celebration, but no flags on the play itself, so the 6 points will stand in the extra point attempt coming up as Merced pulls off a miracle on their final game and the play possibly of the season. And the new starting quarterback a year from today or for next year, Betancourt, throwing a strike to Brinson.
35-31. A 20-second drive finds itself into the end zone. And now Pisa can tack on the extra point to make it a 5-point game. Here's the kick, and it goes through. Merced College coming back. They had 30 seconds. And Betancourt, the freshman quarterback, finding their number one tight end, Mateo Brinson out of St. Petersburg, Florida, freshman to sophomore, and they take the lead now by 5.
3 plays, 66 yards for the strike in less than 20 seconds of game play. Merced does not want to go down quiet at all.
Like we said a minute ago, at 11 minutes, 30 seconds in the fourth quarter, Hartnell was up by 2 possessions, 28-14. And since then, it was 31-29 after Hartnell made what could have been the game-winning field goal. But Jacob Betancourt, Mateo Brinson, and the rest of the Merced College team said, no, this is our home field. This is Don Odeshu Stadium 76. This is our home field, and we're not going to let our final game go to waste, and we're going to win it. But still, Hartnell has 10 seconds left, and with that obsessive celebration, they're going to march the ball all the way back to the 20-yard line.
There was a lot of celebration going on after the play, not realizing there's still near 11 seconds to play, and if Merced was able to score in 20 seconds of gameplay, you've got Juan Pablo Garcia, who is one of the best quarterbacks we have seen other than Ryan Kraft and Betancourt of Merced, and he can chuck that ball downfield and put it in the end zone within 2 seconds. And right now they're going to get amazing field position because of that massive penalty that they incurred.
So Pisa has to kick from the 10-yard line just because of the obsessive celebration calls. 10.7 seconds. There's no chance for a tie. It's a win or a loss. Here's the kick from Pisa to the 45. Hartnell to the 40 before being taken down, and the clock stops at 5.9 on the dot. Just enough time for one play. It's up to Juan Pablo Garcia and whichever receiver head coach decides to choose.
Well, I'm thinking he's going to throw to his bread and butter fella, the long ball that they've thrown to twice today in the left corner end zone, where they toss that ball up and that tall 6-foot cornerback just basically comes down with it in the end zone. And we know 40 yards, this is a flick of a ball. If Garcia gets this ball off, and of course only 3 men down defensively from Merced, if he gets this ball off, just watch how easily he's able to throw this ball with almost no effort.
3-man rush and the prevent defense. There's the pass. It's in the end zone. And it is intercepted to end the game. It's out otherwise. Clock strikes 0. 36-31. Merced College finalizes their win. And there goes the Gatorade bucket to find Coach Borba. And soaking wet now, celebrating with his team, it doesn't matter. Merced College wins their final game of the regular season, 36-31.
Wrapping up their league play at 3-1, while Hartnell goes to 1-3. Now we sit and wait to see if Merced gets to go into the second half of the season. But what a game. What a game. There has been some incredible, entertaining football played here this season, as we knew from the beginning that Merced had opportunities, and even though through tough losses, games that they should have won, they are just ramping up and beginning here and really starting to believe the program that the coaches have for them. You know, the sophomores here were playing in their final game here tonight. You know, we watched as Ryan Kraft played in his final game and didn't even play in the final quarter, but it was Betancourt, who's the freshman who will start taking starting snaps for the next season, comes up and throws a strike to Brinson to wrap up and take the lead. I mean, this is a team that is just really making some move and shaking things up.
And congratulations not only to the players, but also the coaching staff. Head coach Bob Casey, Justin Panasco, Frank Borba, Larry Souza, Tom McFadden, Frank Solis, German Cook, Sam Severo, and of course Jeremy Hurtado, part of the NorCal Sports TV family. And there was the play from Mateo Brinson that ended up winning the game for him. It was sad to see Ryan Kraft on the sideline for that final drive, but Jacob Betancourt finding Mateo Brinson for the victory, something special, and they could always go back and watch it right here on NorCal Sports TV.
Yeah, Merced goes 3 touchdowns in the second half. Hartnell goes 2 touchdowns and a field goal, and it ends up with a victorious 36-31 Merced Blue Devils to wrap up their regular season and give the hometown crowd something to really cheer about. Man, this place was really rocking. It has been an amazing season. We look forward to seeing what happens with them next. And even Coach Hurtado, the offensive line coach, takes a hit of the Gatorade there at the end as well.
College of Sequoias plays Modesto Junior College tonight on NorCal Sports TV. Don't miss it, 6 o'clock. Thank you for joining us here at Merced College. I'm Levi Flores. For Justin Flores, our producer Joseph, and the rest of our crew, see you next time on NorCal Sports TV.